welcome back to Passions Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the soap opera Passions. I'm your regular host, LeTara, back today with Maria and Shane. Oh, that's a little loud. Okay.
That's okay. We deserve it.
Welcome back, you two. Shane, Maria, how y'all doing? Shane, how you doing?
Doing great.
Maria?
I'm doing great. I know in the last couple episodes you mentioned it was my birthday. It was my birthday. I celebrated my birthday. I do want to share something really interesting that my husband got me. It was hilarious when I opened it because obviously I'm a huge Passions fan. This was from an Etsy account called Badly Drawn Passions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just hysterical. The faces.
Yeah.
Not, I was not sponsored by them. It was just a great gift that I just wanted to share with you guys.
I love that.
Check it out. Badly Drawn on Etsy.
With the badly drawn Passions characters. And did it have like every character on it? Basically every main character?
Mostly. And ironically, I did not encourage them. I didn't do anything, but the picture of Theresa was just amazing because it's like her when she screams mama. I was
wait, where's Gwen's picture? What is hers look like?
That one, I believe, is Gwen. Not the best.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Gwen. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was Gwen, but I think that's actually Ivy. There is a legend.
That's Ivy up there by your hand.
Mm-hmm. I think that one's Fancy below.
Fancy,
it could be fancy. Could be fancy. You know what? Join the Discord. The legend is there somewhere because the person who did it put the actual pictures they used next to it. So it's like trivia. See if you can figure out who's who.
Figure it out. It's like a fun little game.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. This week we watched 931 through 935.
Yes.
Yay. All right. No drama. Kelly almost gave me a heart attack last week. I was like, oh, Lord, girl, what episodes did you watch? But it turned out we had watched the same ones.
Yeah.
So with that, let me go over to the Patreon and give a shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. Thank you too. As soon as the list comes up, I'll say I could probably do some of it off the dome, to be honest. But I don't want to mess it up.
You want the list in case someone came or left.
I don't want to mess
Tom
it
Bergeron. You're still getting a shout out, even though you're not paying for it anymore.
Right. We can't keep him. I can't keep him off my mind. All right. Thank you too. Munashe, Lisa S, Zach, Sid, Sorana, Randall, Hannah, Camellia, Amanda, Jeanette, Eric, Jamie, Fantasia, Sean, Larissa, Maria, Lisa A, Jessica Jean, Laura, Karen, Uche, Paige, Casey, Garange, Shawnette, Stephen Winthrop, Daisy, Shane, Kelly with an EY, Taylor Harris Crane, DJ, Kelly M, Rodo, Lisa R, Acacia, Andrew D, Andrew C, our great Lord Jesus, our almighty Crane, Andrew C, Jekyll Hyde, our other almighty Crane, MB or Michelle, Kendra, and Jill. Thank you all for continuing to be patrons. And if you would like to join the Patreon, go over to patreon.com/passionspodcast and sign up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. We are going on a cruise, people. I have put up a Google form for everybody to fill out. I said that I wanted everybody to have it done by the 17th, but honestly, if you just get it done by the end of the month, end of April, that would be very, very helpful. Because I would like us to start like getting everything scheduled, booked, putting deposits down so that people can get on like a payment plan and pay things over time instead of having to pay everything all at once. My cousin is a travel agent now. I know. She texted me yesterday. She texted the family yesterday and was like, "Hey y'all, I've become a travel agent." And it makes sense. When she said it, I was like, you know what? My cousin she travels a lot. She goes on cruises a lot. She does a lot of traveling. She loves that kind of stuff. And so this is a good career move for her, I think, because she either quit her job or lost her job. Either way, she was unemployed.
Oh.
No, but you know what? The reason I laugh like that is because we strive for unemployment not in my family, but me and my cousin and her mom all we don't want to be unemployed, but it doesn't bother us also, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not against, none of us feel like that's necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it's a great thing if you got enough money to live on while you're employed.
The mental break. Yeah, I've done it twice. I've never said I panicked when it happened, and it was kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna like mentally breathe before I start like doing the job searching thing. But it was kind of nice to sort of like have a little break without having to like give birth to babies to have a break.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like it's a huge break when you're giving birth to babies, but it was nice to break up the mundane of 9 to 5, getting up, going to work, coming home.
Yeah. So anyway, now she's a travel agent, and she sent a text message to the family saying, "I'm a travel agent now. If you need any help booking trips, let me know." I was like, "Bitch, I do need some help. Actually, you know
what this is? This is called fate.
It's hello, my girl Theresa. It's fate.
Exactly.
So if you want to go on a cruise with us next year, probably April 2027. That's the tentative. Is probably going to be April. I have to have a couple of different conversations with a couple of different people to kind of nail down dates. But as far as the Google form, I think I've had like 15 people who have filled it out so far, and most people are leaning towards April. Some said either would be fine, because I said would go either February, March, or April. Most people are leaning towards April, so it will likely be April. We will see. So yeah, go over to the Patreon if you want to cruise with us. Come cruise with us. Share the passions cruise. Come and cruise with us. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So with that, on with our show, people. On with our show. We are talking about passions 931 through 935. I closed my notes like a dummy, but here they are. I got them now. Alrighty then. We're going to start. Okay, we're going to start at the mansion today. Y'all. So let's go to the mansion. Theresa is at the mansion giving away the Crane millions.
Oh my God.
Theresa is at the mansion. I mean, this girl is in a manic state.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's experiencing mania.
Yeah,
and that's all I really can say on it. As I was watching it, I was just like, it's not that she's throwing money away, but it's the way she's doing it. Because I love her reasoning, right? She's like, I'm gonna turn the Crane name into a name that my son can be proud of. We're gonna do some good with all this money. I totally understand her thought process there. It's the fact that it's the middle of the night and she is like herself calling all of these different charities and just being like, I'm gonna write you a check for $10 million. Actually, make it 20. And like at one point she says that the Cranes are going to eradicate cancer. They are gonna be the family to destroy cancer outright. And so she's she says the Crane family is declaring war on cancer.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So she's just maniacally giving away money to charity, which again, I have no problems with. It's just that she is in such a heightened emotional state. Like she's clearly does not have all her wits about her.
No. But that's sort of who she kind of is. She's someone who, when she has her mind focused on anything, and normally it is Ethan, but since right now she's just like, she lost him. She's, he's sticking with Gwen. She has no shot. She's refocusing. And again, she throws 120% into it, as opposed to just like, I'm just going to, be good and do charities. No, let's just throw it all away. What I don't understand is, how long do you think she would be able to keep this up before Alistair figures it out? Because as much as Alistair values her craziness, he is not going to want her throwing away his money.
Well, that's the thing that I was kind of wondering about too. At what point does Alistair become alerted to the amounts of money that are going out from the Crane like coffers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's odd that it's odd that she would even, whatever. I have decided that because it's passions, and I think me and Kelly said this like last week. We were litigating something and like, why would they do it this way? And then finally both of us at the same time were just like, it's passions. Like sometimes I just have to throw up my hands and say it's passions, because I don't even know if you can give this amount of money away in one night. I don't know if that's something that
she's just
the
making
financial systems will let you do.
Yeah,
I was surprised that she was even getting an answer from these charities. I was surprised if she was even getting an answer from the charities, because it's late at night, like you mentioned. And I also realized this about halfway through this episode. I was on last month, about 30-some episodes ago. It is still the same day, which I should not be surprised because it's passions.
Yeah. Yes, this is the same day as her falling asleep at the meeting.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, right? Yeah. That's right.
And so she's giving away millions upon millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure to exchange those levels of money, that amount of money, it takes more than one person to like somebody else on that account would have to sign off. There's simply no way.
And that's what I was wondering. Like, Julian should be like joint owners of this account. He can easily call the banks and say, I need you to put a freeze on these accounts.
Well, and the interesting thing is, I don't think that she has necessarily given all the money. I think she's telling them she's going to give them all this money. Now, at one point, I think she did say she was like messaging. Oh my God, messenger. Is that how you say it?
She overnighted a check, and she's like, I'm sure you guys got the check, right? Overnight. Like, who's at the office at that time of night?
Exactly. And if it's overnight, it's not the morning yet, so they wouldn't have it yet.
Well, or maybe messenger. It could have been a messenger too that she sent.
What does one do with a $10 million check? You take that to the Bank of America? You just walk into the bank and say, here's a $10 million check. I don't know that you can write a check that big. I don't know that you can. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like those are the kinds of sums that have to be like wire transferred.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Wired with verifications of where it's going to and who's signing off on it. I'm sure Crane Industries or the family has some sort of like, if it's over a certain amount, it needs like 2 signatures.
Mm-hmm. And is it even, do they even have that much liquid funds? Like, what accounts are these is this amount of money coming from? Who would keep billions of dollars in one fucking account?
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't she have to liquefy all kinds of assets before? Rich people typically don't have cash like that.
Yeah, not that much. I mean, they have, slush funds, but not to the amounts that she was talking about. At some point, I think Julian was like counting the money, and Rebecca came over like, why would you do that? And he was up to like 35 million at that point of her giving away. So yeah, you're right. It would all be locked up in stocks and bonds and
no, he wasn't up to 35 million. He was up to 35 charities. She kept calling people and giving away $10 million to each charity. She was up to like 350 million at least.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Which makes it highly ironically funny that over $1 million she was losing her shit that Julian took out in the middle of the fucking night.
I think she was just saying it's suspicious. Why do you have about $1 million in cash? It is suspicious.
But she's like, that's my money. You can't be doing that. Here's Julian, and you're doing like 500 times more. And it's Julian's money too.
Oh,
and Alistair's money. It's the family money. The fact that Fox isn't like, you're giving away all my money.
Well, you can see Fox and Ethan are both a little concerned, right? A little bit.
Well, I mean, Ethan has no claim to anything.
Ethan has no claim, but they're both a little concerned about the fact that she's giving away so much money. And they basically tell her, right, like, maybe you should slow your roll. Maybe. She's like, no. She is intent on giving away all this money. So she's giving away all this money. Meanwhile, Tom Joyner shows up in Harmony, and I have to tell y'all, we talked about this a little bit before we started recording, but the second I saw him on the screen, I said, "Oh my God, is that Tom Joyner on Passions?" And these two don't know who Tom Joyner is.
Nope.
But Tom Joyner is like such a staple of my childhood. They call him the hardest working man in radio, but he had a morning show, a nationally syndicated morning show on the radio, and I still to this day will sing like the theme song. It was oh 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 and oh oh oh. It's the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Y'all never heard the Tom Joyner Morning Show? That's crazy to me. That's wild to me.
Where did it air? Do you know the name of the station? Was it like 97?
It was national. It was like
it wasn't like a New York thing. I didn't grow up in New
York. I didn't grow up in New York, so I don't know what station it aired on in New York, but I can tell you for sure it aired in New York. It was a hugely popular national morning show, like a drive time morning radio show.
Was it on when Howard Stern was on? Because maybe that's why. Because I was probably listening to Howard Stern.
See, I know Howard Stern as well, but
although was Howard Stern on in the mornings? God,
yeah. It was the whole morning.
Put that man on in the mornings?
Yes, they did.
I only ever saw like the TV show that they would play on like E or whatever back in the day.
I remember being really young and not knowing proper office etiquette and literally having Howard Stern in the office, and once someone was like, "You really should not be playing this out loud."
That is hilarious. Yeah, Tom Joyner Morning Show, a premier nationally syndicated urban morning radio show hosted by Tom Joyner from 1994 to 2019. So yeah, he was on forever, and like I said, it was a staple of my childhood. My mom, that's what we would ride to school in the morning, or she was driving me somewhere in the morning, and Tom Joyner was on. It's the Tom Joyner Morning Show. So, y'all, honey, I was thrilled to see Tom Joyner. I was not expecting it. I was so shocked. I was just like, hell yeah, Tom Joyner's on Passions.
Yeah.
So Tom Joyner shows up in Harmony.
Kudos to Passions for constantly trying to throw in, popular cult references at the time. They did that a lot.
It was so funny to me. Yes, it's interesting. I was like, that's what an interesting place for Tom Joyner to show up. So,
and we're still in the years where NBC was really behind Passions.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Especially at this point, because I think Passions had basically blown up at this point, because I remember it got really big right like after Hell House. And so Passions had pretty much gotten to a very high level, I think, at this point as far as the ratings went. So
we're about to get into Hot LA Passions, which was huge.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they mentioned LA in this week. So
yep. I remember those lead ups and the commercials, and I can picture them like with everyone in swimsuits and in the pool and hot
just
LA
glistening.
Passions. Yeah.
Just glistening in the sunlight. So yeah, Tom Joyner shows up in Harmony. He's saying, "I'll bet Rebecca Hotchkiss will be very glad to see me." And he has like some pictures of Theresa, and he's like, I was like, okay, let's see what this guy's got going on.
Walking around with pictures of like people.
When we get creepy. There, it makes no sense. We're almost there, but Tom Joyner makes no sense. His character makes zero sense. The whole, at one point, while Theresa's like giving away money, Fox comes over. This is just another little miscellaneous note. Fox comes over and tells her that the youth center director is on the phone and wants to thank her for her donation. But I thought Luis was the youth center director. Remember, he was the youth center director.
Yes,
he was.
Lose that job.
Probably when he became all crazy about Sheridan.
Yeah.
He stopped going in. We haven't seen the youth center in ages at this point.
Yeah, so that just made me laugh, because I was like, what about Luis? Theresa has a little conversation with Rebecca where she tells her she's going to auction off the Rolls Royce that Rebecca drives. And Rebecca's like, that's the car I drive. And Theresa's like, yeah, well, now it's going to go to a good cause.
Which my note was, Rebecca drives?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What? She doesn't always have a driver. Who would give that woman a license?
Maybe.
Well, she probably slept with the guy to get the
That's what I was
license.
gonna say.
Mhm.
She probably Theresa. Here's a couple of things. Maybe Theresa doesn't let her use the driver. That's possible. The other
but
thing
Julian
is,
still is in the house.
I know, but maybe listen. We've seen how much Julian stands up for Rebecca.
That's true. That's true. Which is
like I think Theresa called her like a
whore,
some
a
kind of
slut,
tramp
a
slut, whore
tramp,
or something. And he
all
just
of it.
stood there, and he, as a matter of fact, he kind of co-signed and was like, "Well, if the shoe fits." So Julian doesn't give a shit.
And she makes no apologies for it either. Like, she shouldn't even be that offended. It's like, yeah, I am. And I'm a rich slut. Thank you.
Hello, listen. I think I said last week, I don't believe in that. There's no such thing as a slut. There's no such thing as a whore. There's none of that is real. That's why I can laugh at this, because that's not. Yeah. To me, it's like that's such a silly, ridiculous thing to call a woman a slut and try to like defame or like make her seem like she's less than because she's had a penis inserted in her. I mean, who hasn't? So anyway,
Charity.
Yeah, and look at her. And I would never want to be Charity. Hello? No. Yeah. And look at where she's at. So, yeah. The Rebecca is like nervous. Julian too. Rebecca's very nervous, pacing the floor, waiting to get this phone call, right? Tom Joyner finally calls her.
But before that, did you catch the note about Rebecca and Theresa talking about the phrase, the money is the root of all evil? Because I took that down and I thought it was hysterical because Rebecca's like, everyone gets that quote wrong, and I'm surprised that you two, being an uneducated little chalupa, the actual quote is the lack of money is the root of all evil. And Theresa had a comeback, whatever, but I'm listening to that and I was like, I don't even think that's the actual quote.
No, it's not. It's the love of money is the root of all evil.
Thank you. And I looked it up and I was like, I'm going to let them know that they were both wrong.
Yeah, no, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is
the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil is the exact quote.
Well, there you go. Listen, I'm anti-capitalist, so I say the money is bad.
Well, it's in the Bible, 1 Timothy 6:10.
Good for the Bible.
Not that I got that far in reading it. I lost interest.
That's so
I read
funny.
the whole thing last year. I did the yearly reading, and I don't remember that. But I also got hung up on things of like, why are they so casually talking about Leviathan? That's what I want to know more about.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
please do share more Leviathan.
Exactly.
Oh, scandalous. No, the Bible is a crazy book. I don't want to offend nobody, but you know. I did grow up religious. I can't say I've read the entire Bible, but I've read a lot of it. And it's crazy.
I did my
book.
Wednesday classes during school at that time when they were allowed to take kids out of school to take them to church for classes in New York City. And then they stopped because they realized, wait a minute, separation of church and state should not do that.
That's please now. In the South, particularly, is very much they're trying to they're bringing the Bible into the schools and making them put up the 10 Commandments, and it's like, you're a Christian, but not everybody is. You know, that's my thing. You know what? No, I'm
Let's passions. The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil.
Maria, you can't bring up the Bible around me, girl. It starts something. I
was just trying to get a quote. I didn't even realize it was a Bible quote. I just wanted to look up the quote because I knew about the quote and I knew that they were both wrong.
Hey, I can always bring it back to passions. It's repetitive and they rewrite things. So here we are back at passions.
There we go.
So Tom Joyner finally calls Rebecca and says, "Are you ready to throw Theresa out of the Crane mansion?" And Rebecca is like, "Yes." And then she says to herself, "Oh, you are so out of here, Theresa." I can't find the music. It's like the moment has passed, but whatever. "You are so out of here, Theresa." There it is. Okay, so at this point, news of a fire at the cottage. Because remember, y'all, last week, Beth set the cottage on fire with Sheridan and Luis inside. That happened last week. And so this week, the news of that fire has made its way to the mansion. And everybody runs out except for Julian and Rebecca. Julian has gone to the library. Oh, also Whitney, because Whitney was off having her own little moment too. So, and we will talk about that. But
yeah. But wait, even before we leave, there were a couple of little notes that I had written down about like Theresa and the money. One, she wants to give money to her mother, sisters, and brother. Didn't Pilar already turn down Crane blood money?
So, she always does.
She always does. So that's Luis is not going to want the money. He rather just live off Sheridan than just actually be given the money. Along with Antonio, who, well, actually, you know, Antonio probably would take the money. Like, I don't think he has any issues with it and everything. But can you bring your sister back? Why don't you use the money for that? Bring your sister back.
Maybe
Do
she
that.
doesn't want to uproot her life. She's had an entire life somewhere else. So,
and you know what? She might even be happier. Maybe she needs to stay there. She also wanted her. I also thought it was really kind and nice, and I would say that about Theresa wanting to give Fox more money. That was cool. I did like that. And then even though this was actually another little scheme, the scholarships idea was really nice. The music and the tennis. Yeah. Even though it was just to get, you know, them together and working together, it was a scheme. It was still a good idea. She should have just ran with it without it having to be a scheme.
Yeah. I included that in the stuff with Whitney for sure. But they because since when is there a university in Harmony? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Where did this school come from?
Yeah.
This school just materialized. A whole ass university has materialized in Harmony.
You know what? That might be where Whitney's going, because there is a point later, at some point, I don't know if it was this week's or future, because I did watch ahead.
It was this week.
Where Eve says that, you know, between tennis and school.
Yeah, she says that Whitney's in college now. And what fucking school? What college?
Well, but apparently this one.
Harmony University. I bet you anything it's not accredited. There's no way. There's simply no way this university is accredited.
And maybe Simone is going to college and those kids are going to college. I mean, we know Miguel, I think, is going to college.
Is he?
Because I think he talked about needing to like drop out so he can get a job so he can take care of the baby.
Whatever. They haven't learned anything, so college has been rendered useless around here. They don't know. They know nothing.
We know Theresa didn't go to college
and won't be going.
No.
she's schooling life. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Okay, so I think those are all my notes about giving away the money.
Yeah. So Rebecca. Oh, everybody goes over to the cottage to the cottage because the cottage is on fire. Everything is in chaos. Whatever.
And there's the maid just ran in and was like, fire, and I was like, elaborate more. Where? I mean, she eventually does, but
fire at the cottage.
I mean, isn't the cameras ever? You would think that there's like proper alarm systems and security to have noticed this way before it took for them to actually discover the fire.
Well, there's not.
Apparently.
No, the thing is, why would Alistair protect the cottage? One, when it was like first built, it was for like Pilar and her fucking family. He don't give a shit about them. And two, now Sheridan lives in there. He doesn't give a fuck about Sheridan. He wants her dead. Has wanted her
on
dead.
The Crane grounds, like fire spreads.
They don't care what happens to her over there. Fire spreads only so far. They probably have a moat around the big house, right? Because Alistair doesn't give a shit about Sharon. He's like, yeah, I hope she dies, burns in that. Yeah.
Plus, we have Frank Lomax as security, and we all know that everything's getting by that man.
Frank Lomax has been on vacation for 2 years, 3 maybe.
That's right. He did get hired on to Crane Security, didn't he? Yeah, he was like an independent investigator, right, in the beginning.
Yeah, he was supposed to be head of Crane Security. I think they kind of wrote him off because I think they were trying to make him like a love interest for Whitney. But it didn't work. And so they just wrote him off and said that but for whatever reason, instead of sending him back to wherever the fuck he came from, they decided to make him the head of Crane Security, and then we never see him again
because he's also bad at his job.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's at one point after he becomes head of Crane Security, there's like once or twice where Ivy calls him and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, you're supposed to be the head of security. So maybe he got fired, honey. He may have been long gone.
As you say, everyone's bad at their jobs. And we're going to even see that in the hospital. That's going to be the mantra of this week. Everyone's bad at their jobs.
You know what? Everybody except for that one nurse, and we will get there because there's one nurse. I said, I like her.
Yes.
I said, I like her. Okay. So the fire happens. Rebecca and Julian go to meet Tom Joyner at a seedy hotel.
No-tell motel.
Is it called No-Tell Motel?
It is.
Yep.
I'm at the No-Tell Motel Holiday Inn. We at the No-Tell Motel Holiday Inn. Yeah, they go over there to meet Tom Joyner. I have a clip of that, but before we do that, we're gonna skip to past the fire because nothing happens there. The fire is in Shawise anyway, so we'll talk more about the fire in Shawise. But I do want to say that in the aftermath of the fire, Theresa and Fox have a little exchange that I really liked. And I think it's like the beginnings of them, it's nice to see them get a little bit closer, get a little bit, of insight into each other. Theresa says to him, "You were so brave tonight." And he goes, "You seem surprised." Because Fox jumped into the fire. He jumped into action, honey. He took charge of the situation and I was loving it.
Yeah.
And so she says, "You were so brave tonight." And he's like, "You seem surprised." And she says, "Well, I think of you as caring." She says, I never think of you as caring about other people but yourself." I don't know why they wrote that line that way. Even when she said it, I was like, that's the clunkiest fucking line. I'm going to rewrite the line for everybody right now. She says, I always thought you thought about no one but yourself, or something along those lines. The way she said it, I didn't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fox says, he says, I'm still no match for the great Ethan, though, am I? And she's like, she tries to cut him off, but he goes on and says, "Don't lie to me, Theresa. We're kindred spirits, remember? I know everything that's going on inside that pretty little head of yours all the time. Just one thing, my very married half-brother." Theresa says, "Well, that's all you know, Fox. I'm over Ethan for good."
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I literally wrote that in my notes that you needed to say that and pull up that clip.
I'm over Ethan for good. He's married to Gwen, about to become the father of her baby. He already is the father of her baby, but that's a whole other thing. So, Fox says, "So you expect me to believe this complete 180 you're playing at?" And Theresa says, "Well, I don't care whether you do or you don't. It's the truth. I realized tonight that it's time for me to move on. I am over Ethan for good. And from now on, I'm going to put all my energies into the Crane Empire. Your father and Rebecca thought they could get rid of me for good, but they can't. I'm going to be the most powerful Crane matriarch this family has ever seen." So this is what I'm gonna say. Theresa flat out says that she's given up on Ethan. I think when Theresa says that, in this moment, I believe that she believes that. Does that make sense? I know that it's not true. I know that she hasn't given up on him. But I think because she was so focused on the mania of giving all this money away and reeling from the fire and everything, she that's where her head is right now. I think for everybody around Theresa, anytime she says something like this, it's pretty much understood that for now is implied, right?
Yes.
I've given up on Ethan. For now. Is always implied. But I do think that Theresa believes. I do think Theresa believes that she believes this. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. And it's not like it's the first time she sort of try to write Ethan off. The thing is that, like you said, for now, because all Ethan has to do is say, hi, Theresa. And she's like, oh my God, he's in love with me. Please come back to me, please.
It's like that scene in Hairspray when Link bumps into Tracy and then she sings, I can hear the bells. My heart is ringing. I can hear the bells. Yeah, because he bumped me. He looked at me and smiled, and now we're gonna get married.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So we just need Ethan to just have a conversation with her, and then it's all over, and she's back into.
Well, I will say, the whole night, Ethan also has been kind of admiring Theresa, saying like, I believe that Theresa is doing this for good things, and I believe that this is, he has been kind of like rooting for her throughout the night, and that's the only kind of thing that Theresa needs. All she needs is for him to come to her and say like, I'm really impressed with the work that you're doing now, Theresa, and she'll be right back on the Ethan bandwagon, right?
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get her back onto that wagon.
Yeah,
she's like, she's barely half off that wagon.
Yeah.
So what I find interesting is her saying that I'm going to be the most powerful Crane matriarch in the family they've ever seen. You're giving away all the money. You're about to be a broke ass bitch.
No, you know what? Here's the thing. One thing that I don't know exactly how rich the Cranes are, but it is stated that they are multi-billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to give away billions of dollars. Do you know how much money billions of dollars is? It's so much fucking money. It's so much. $1 billion is so much money. And even if she gave away $1 billion, if they have $2 billion, they're nowhere near being fucking broke.
Yeah.
Nowhere
but
near.
To be powerful, you're not giving that money to charity. You're giving that to legislatures so that you can become even more rich and more powerful. So.
But I don't think that that's what she's wanting. I think her view of like the most powerful, what did she say? What was the exact
matriarch this family has ever seen?
Yeah.
The most powerful Crane matriarch.
The most powerful Crane matriarch. I think that in her mind, and I could be wrong about this, but I think in her mind, she sees giving this money to charities and things like that as wielding power, and it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's thinking about it in the sense of like making policy or doing, specifically because she talks about how the Cranes have been so corrupt, and she doesn't want them to be like that anymore. I don't think she wants to be powerful in that sense. I think she wants to be powerful in the sense that she feels very powerful and strong for her family. I think she thinks of herself as like Pilar times 10. Like, I'm going to take care of everybody and be very powerful, right? That's my view of it, but I'd be wrong.
I mean, I just think it's a little misguided because you want to be the most powerful matriarch. You're only even in that position because Alistair allows you to. So where is your power really coming from? It's coming from Alistair, and Alistair's corrupt. That family's still going to stay corrupt no matter what you do underneath him, because he could easily put a stop to you.
It's worth a try though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like, it's worth a try. She's in this situation. She might as well do as much good as she possibly can.
Until Alistair's like, what are you doing?
And if he shuts her down, he shuts her down. He hasn't shut her down yet.
Not yet. Because he's not aware of it, is what I'm thinking.
And while she can do it, she'll do it. When cat's away, the mouse will play. So, where are we here? Oh, Rebecca and Julian. They go to the No-Tail Motel.
Yeah.
And meet up with Tom Joyner Morning Show. They meet up with the hardest working man in radio. But he meets them with a gun at the door. So he turns out to be a disgruntled former employee. I have a clip.
Julian did you catch the clip where Julian actually mentions like, we are rich because we rob people's pension funds? Like, they actually set it up, and I didn't realize it was a setup until Tom Joyner said that what he said.
I put it with right before, because it's right before he and Whitney have that conversation. So I wrote down what he said. But Tom Joyner is gonna say it. But Julian cops to it, and we all know that that's what they've done, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna watch Tom Joyner.
Yeah.
Tom Joyner. When I tell you,
You are beside yourself.
I never would have thought Tom Joyner would have been on Passions. I just wouldn't have, it just would not have crossed my mind to be like, oh yeah, Tom Joyner is.
Would you ever think you'll ever even hear the name ever again? Did you look up to see what is Tom Joyner doing now?
Oh, I remember when he retired. He does a lot in like the community and stuff. I don't know exactly what he's doing now. He's probably just chilling. Actually,
well, then I want to put this out, Tom Joyner. If you are watching Passions, reach out. We would love to have a chat with you, or at least definitely LeTara would love to have a chat with you.
Girl, I ain't got nothing to say to Tom Joyner. I just thought it was interesting. I would love to know how he ended up on fucking Passions. That I would like to know.
Okay.
But yeah, I've got this clip. Let me just share with y'all.
Put the gun away. We come in peace.
Yeah, right. Fits your profile to a T, Crane.
What do you mean?
You don't recognize me, Julian?
I should say not. We've certainly never met.
The Crane arrogance never ceases to amaze me. Perhaps my name will ring a bell. Tom Joyner.
Tom.
Oh, you're
not you.
Cracking up.
Yeah, right. It's me.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you two knew one another.
Well, will you tell her, or shall I?
He's the biggest whistleblower in Crane Industries' entire corporate history. He cost my family millions.
Well, I don't understand.
He says I cost him and his father millions. He cost innocent employees their pension and retirement fund, and in some cases, their lives. Time to settle the score.
All right. Settle the score. Tom Joyner has a gun. He has a tiny gun, and he's a big man in that gun. At first I was like, is that a gun? Because his hand basically takes up the whole thing. You can't even really see it. I don't know what it is with Passions and these tiny little guns.
I was going to say, it's left over from when Tabitha was just planting them around town.
He probably just found it and was like, you know what? I'm going to use this.
On Julian, like everyone else.
Exactly. Oh my God. So many people want to kill Julian.
Just to add him to the list of people who would like to kill Julian. Yep. Tom Joyner says, y'all have ruined people's lives. So, Rebecca, after that clip, Rebecca asks him, well, do you even actually have dirt on Theresa, or was this all just a ruse to get Julian here, to get us here? And he says, no, I have the information you need right here. Only now I see something that I want more than $1 million, like him dead. Oh, so then Rebecca jumps in and does bet more to save Julian than Julian would ever do to save her, to be honest. She jumps in and flaunts her ample bosom with her Rebecca music. And she says, maybe I can help you change your mind. She's buxom and bosomy, and we love it. She's bouncing those titties and trying to distract Tom Joyner, which I have this clip as well. So this one is much longer. This one we get into more of what Tom Joyner's problem is. And I can't just say Tom. I tried to type it in my notes and it felt wrong. It's like, no, but it's Tom Joyner.
It's Tom Joyner.
It's Tom Joyner. Tom Joyner Morning Show. Oh.
This episode of Passions Podcast brought to you by Tom Joyner.
Tom Joyner is the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Oh my gosh, I'm like beaming thinking about it, because it's just it's just a very nostalgic memory.
Exactly,
so interesting. Because Tom Joyner is for he's not for my generation of people. He's older, right? And so it's just something that my mom listened to, and I would listen in the car when I was with her. But I'm not like a Tom Joyner fan. I liked the morning show, but I'm not like. It's just so funny. It's just such a random What a random guest appearance.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to get into this clip.
So, what do you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, my goodness. What hard, strong arms you have. I mean, however do you find the time to work out? What with your busy whistleblowing schedule and all?
I do what I can.
Well, it's a good thing your arms are so strong, because you're going to need all that strength to lift that big, fat, heavy briefcase we have with all that money we brought for you.
Is that what you meant? I thought you wanted me to use my muscles for something else.
Oh, I don't know. That could be arranged.
Keep your drawers on, Rebecca.
What? I'm just trying
We're
to
here
help.
to conduct business with Mr. Joyner, nothing more.
Not so fast, Crane. I haven't decided what I want to do with you yet.
Wait a minute. I don't see the problem here. I mean, look, if you really want to help all those people that you say that Julian and his father stole money from, then why don't you take the $1 million and give it to them? I mean, if you walk away from this arrangement, then you won't be able to help.
There's another option. Maybe I could ridding the world of a major piece of slime and take the money anyway, killing two birds, so to speak.
You're not helping, Rebecca.
Well, yeah, but then you'd be a murderer and not a good guy. And besides, I mean, then you might have to spend the rest of your life in jail, and that would be such a shame.
But it might be worth it ridding the world of this scum.
Well, yeah, just a moment's pleasure for a lifetime of regret, though. Oh, besides, it would just break my heart to think of you just rotting away in jail with all those sweaty men in those ill-fitting jumpsuits.
Oh, shut up, Rebecca.
Pokey!
Do we have a deal or not, Mr. Joyner?
Give me the money first.
What? Absolutely not. Do you think of me a complete fool? Give me the envelope containing the information on my erstwhile wife, Theresa, first.
Not until I count each and every bill.
Well, then I am afraid, sir, we are at a stalemate.
I'm afraid, sir, you have a grave misunderstanding of the situation. You do what I tell you to do, or you've just signed your death warrant.
I think there's more.
You don't frighten me in the least, Mr. Joyner.
Then you are a fool. I don't generally believe in violence as a solution, but in your case, I'll make an exception.
Would you two just stop it? I mean, Tom, really, Julian is not the one who got a hold of you. I am. He's just here to help me out this evening.
Irrelevant, lady. This guy is responsible for sucking the life's blood out of innocent workers, people who put their faith in Crane Industries to do right by them, only to be handed the shaft.
Oh, well, that's the old Julian. No, he would never treat his employees that way now. Look, if you don't believe me, call any major charity. I mean, really, just this week, Julian and his wife have given billions to the needy. Oh, in fact, you don't have to call anybody. I mean, it's been on every TV and radio news broadcast all day long.
I haven't heard. I never listen to radio.
Yeah, well, look, I'm telling you the truth. In fact, if I were you, I would take this whole briefcase full of money. Now, because the way the Cranes are giving away their money, there may not be any left by tomorrow.
All right. Here's the deal. We'll make the exchange. Briefcase for the envelope on the count of 3.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hurry up. I want to see how we get rid of Theresa.
My God, is this for real?
Tom Joyner's gone. All right. So
At least the radio line makes more sense now, knowing what you told us.
hilarious. No, when I laughed, I was like, I never listened to radio. It's like, that's hilarious. He's a radio man. He's the hardest working man in radio.
Yep.
So, yes, they now have some sort of information. The two of them go back to the mansion. They go back. Of course, they are riding high. They're feeling like we're about to drop a bomb on Theresa, whatever it is, right? No, we don't know what it is yet, but they are feeling very, very confident that this is going to get Theresa out. So when they get back, they're pouring each other champagne and everything. I think at one point Julian's like, well, I'm going to go make a phone call this number and verify the validity of this or something like that.
Yeah.
He comes back and says, it's true. We're going to get her the fuck out of here. They toast. Ethan and Fox both tell Theresa, like, something's going on over there that maybe you should be concerned about. Teresa's like, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm too busy giving away money, doing good works. So, y'all have anything to add? Because that's all I have for this.
Just little interactions between Gwen and Rebecca, because even Gwen is like noticing, like, you look like a cat that's followed the canary. And she's like, yeah, well, guess what? Julie and I found out tonight. And she's basically, and I think she whispered it to her, and she's like, oh my God, are you sure? So Gwen is also in the know of whatever the secret is.
Yes, very true. Anything from you, Shane? Anything to add?
I don't think so. I remember Theresa, she has a line about how she's just so not worried about Rebecca and Julian. And I can't remember what it was. And I don't know if I wrote it down in my notes, but like how she could just like get rid of them so easily that they're just no problem to her.
Silliness. She should be more wary of them, but that's whatever.
Particularly when they're toasting in the background and so happy about something.
Yeah. I mean, she still, as far as we know, and it hasn't come up. I'll tell you this. If I thought somebody framed me for murder and had me put on death row, like had manipulated me into confessing. Sorry. If I thought somebody had manipulated me into confessing for a crime that I did not commit, and then I ended up on death row because they wanted me on death row and therefore they tried to fucking kill me, I would never let it go. I would never stop talking about it. I cannot believe we haven't talked about that because Theresa thinks that is what she believes about Rebecca and Ivy, right? She said as much when she came back, right? The fact that has not come up again irritates me.
Well, it was never proven, so she can think it.
They haven't proven a lot of things, and they still bring things up, right? Like Grace not letting go of the fact that Ivy wants to be with Sam. We haven't necessarily proven that, but she's not letting it go, as she should. And I applaud her for it. She shouldn't let it go.
She shouldn't let it go.
And I don't think that Theresa should let that go, but she hasn't brought it up. Whatever.
There's not much she could even do. She's like there because of Julian. Like, she can't get rid of her. She would love to get rid of.
But my point
Rebecca.
is the fact that this person who tried to, basically, in my view, tried to have me killed seems to have something going on, and she's plotting something. No, honey, I'm down your throat. I'm on your neck. I'm watching you like a fucking hawk, right?
But that's all. That's part of Theresa's core. She doesn't take other things seriously. Like, she never believes that people are coming after her. And it's also, this is Passion's way of sort of like keeping her guard down for the explosion to come out of nowhere and catch her off.
It's just so silly to me that she thinks that she's so untouchable. I hate that.
Yeah, and she's already thrown Ivy out, so she's got rid of half the problem that she could.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so that's all I have for that portion of the episodes. So we're gonna move on to what's going on with Chad and Whitney. So Chad and Whitney both come over to the mansion separately. Remember last week, Whitney has once again broken up with Chad. Well, she said we need to take a break. I don't believe in a break. If you want to take a break from me, honey, we're broken up, and don't come back knocking on my door again, okay? Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Don't turn around now. Because you're not welcome anymore. Honey, you're not welcome here. We're not on a fucking break. We're broken up, and you cannot come back. And I will survive. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not I. I will survive. And no, ain't no such thing as we're on a break. So anyway, Whitney comes over. She tells Theresa that they are on the break. Theresa, of course, tries to counsel her to talk to Chad and to tell Simone the truth. Like, she's like, you can't keep going on like this. Like, either you're gonna lose the man you love, or you're going to keep him but keep lying to your sister. No, you can't keep going on like this. And so Theresa does give her decent advice. You have to tell the truth. I mean, easy peasy. Yeah. Chad gives, not Chad, Ethan gives Chad similar advice. But Ethan's is, you need to communicate with Whitney. You need to talk more with Whitney. But it's like, what is there left to talk about? Whitney doesn't want to tell Simone the truth. And Chad wants to respect that. Now, Chad got himself fucked up when he went along with the shit, right?
Yes.
That's fine. So anyway, that's kind of the setup to what we're doing with Chad and Whitney. So, let's see.
Yeah, because when they're having a conversation, Ethan even says there got to be more communication. And then, hey, take a lesson from Theresa and me, all right? Look what happened to us. I mean, her lies. Her lies were the worst form of communication. First of all, that's not communication. That's called lying.
It's just lying.
That's the opposite of communication.
Well, she communicated something.
Yeah, just not the truth.
She communicated something. She didn't communicate the truth, but she did communicate something.
All right, well then, fair. Then it is the worst form of communication, and that's what ripped our relationship apart. Which is, yes, it was her lies.
Yeah. Well, sure, it ripped it apart, but then he was ready to marry her. So I don't know. Whatever. Ethan, whatever. He said that. I didn't even write it down because he was irritating me. I was just like, oh, you two just need to communicate with each other. Thanks a lot, Ethan. Great
Which
advice.
Is what Chad is always trying to do. It's just when he's like, no.
Well, they've communicated as much as they possibly can. They're at an impasse. That's the problem. And see, that's the thing. Ethan's not a thinker. He doesn't understand. No. But they have communicated very clearly what each other wants, right? And what they need from each other. It's just that the two can't give each other what they want anymore.
No.
Because
what Ethan needed. What Ethan needed to say is to communicate with Simone.
Exactly. Yes. Something needed to be communicated to Simone. Yes. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is the biggest stuff we have this week. And I was glad of it because Chad and Whitney get pushed to the wayside a lot often. Yeah. We haven't moved this story really along in a very long time. And so I was so glad we finally made some movement in this storyline. So let's talk about what's going on. Theresa at one point, the whole group is together, right? And Theresa at one point says that she wants to, this is when the scholarships come up, says she wants to create 2 scholarships. And here's my thing. You're giving away millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, and you can only make 2 scholarships for a local university? Just 2? It's 2003. What could the tuition be at Harmony University?
Oh my God, yeah, nothing.
$10,000 a year?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get the people a motherfucking
fashion.
endowment.
Remember, she was into fashion. She could have did one for fashion. She could have did the youth center, could have gotten a remodeling. She could have redid schools.
She could have at least given the university an endowment. And so then they have a whole fund, and she could stipulate this endowment is for music. This endowment is for what'd she say? Tennis
and music. 2 scholarships.
And it's like, okay, whatever. This endowment is for these different areas, and then that area has this money at their disposal so they can help many students, right?
Yes. They could give the school tennis courts so they don't have to keep going to the country club.
Yes.
The idea that she's giving them $10,000 a year, maybe 20 if it's 2 scholarships. It's because, again, it's 2003. I can't imagine the yearly tuition at Harmony U was more than $10,000 a year. But even if it was, say it was $20,000 a year, that's $40,000 in a year. You're giving away millions of dollars, and all you can do for this scholarship that is supposed to be in the name of your best fucking friend. So anyway, I did take issue with this because I was just like, girl, you could do better than two scholarships. Two.
But it was just a ploy. It's just a ploy.
It was also just a ploy.
Yes, it was just a ploy. She was trying to get them together. She was saying, I'm going to do a scholarship for tennis and a scholarship for music. And then maybe the two of you can work together and go and talk to I need two people to do like the liaison between me and the university. And you guys can go talk to the board and do all that. It's like, why would they need to do any of that? All you have to do is give the money. The school can handle it from there.
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk about.
And the school would want to talk to her, not her best friend.
Yeah, it's like, why would we need to talk to your amateur tennis playing friend?
I mean, she's not an amateur. She is moving up.
She's on the pro. Well,
she's on the pro circuit.
Let TC tell it. She is an amateur. Okay, the way TC acts.
But that's because TC's crazy.
The way he acts, she plays tennis about as well as I do. So.
But he don't play at all, and she does. So,
which is not good. I have played tennis 3 times in my life, I think, and each time I would have fun, but I wasn't good at it.
Same.
I've never played. I'm not good with sports.
It's just something that you have to work at, and I wasn't. Yeah. And I'm not. Some things I'm simply not willing to work at.
No.
I don't want to be better at this. I don't care to be better at tennis. But anyway, Whitney sees through this attempt at pushing her and Chad together, and she gets very upset. She says, "You're just trying to play matchmaker, make me a match." She says, "You're just trying to make me a match, find me a fine, catch me a catch with Chad, and I don't like it." And so she storms out. Okay, she storms off. Chad tries to chase after her, and Theresa tells him, no, you need to give her some space. But he says to her, whether Whitney knows it or not, there's no time because our relationship has a definite deadline. So Chad has news that we don't know about, right? This is the first we're hearing about a deadline for the relationship. Then we get a montage of, what do y'all call this ship? Chadney?
I think so.
I think that's why I remember that being Chatney.
I think it's Chadney.
I was calling it Twitney, which is hilarious to me. Twitney or Wad.
Wad. No, I think it was Chadney on the boards back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get a montage from like the very beginning of their relationship through every time they've ever had sex and made out. You know what? These two are having as much sex as Sheridan and Luis, I think, were having at one point. They do it all. They've been doing it a lot. When I saw the montage, I was like, oh wow, they've been getting it in for a while.
Yeah. That studio's gotten a lot of action.
Yeah. So Chad does go to catch up with Whitney, finds her outside. Then they have this conversation where Chad tells Whitney that he loves her and wants to be with her. But he can't just keep sitting around waiting for this break to be over. And Whitney is like, well, that's fine. It's completely fine. I understand. If I could, if I just need to be alone for a while, that would be great. Leave me alone. And Chad tells her, Whitney, I got a call today. Somebody I sent my demo out to heard my CD and they loved my songs. I got offered a job, an incredible job. Whitney tells him, that's great. Congratulations. That's really good news for you. And he says, well, the job is not here in Harmony. Of course it's not. The job is not here in Harmony. It's in LA. And he says, if I take the job, I've got to leave to go to LA like right now. And she's like, you're moving to California? He says, unless you can give me a reason to stay here in Harmony, I'm out of here as soon as my bags are packed. Baby, listen, I would have left. I would have told her, listen, this is what's happening. I'm going to LA, period. Period. It's his dream. He only left LA to find his parents, and he hasn't been here doing that.
Nope.
He got here and got sidetracked. She distracted him.
Yeah.
She got distracted. I've been watching a show called, I just watched a show called A Woman of Substance. It's like a UK English BBC drama, and it's quite good. It's a remake. I didn't realize this. It's a remake of something that came out in like the 70s or the 80s. But there's this maid, and her mom tells her, like, over and over again, like, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Like, have a plan. You're going to get out of here. You're going to make it out of here. You just don't get distracted. And of course she gets fucking pregnant. And she was like, I got distracted. I cried. I was like, oh, poor thing. And that's how I feel about Chad. It's like, he had a plan to come here and to find his family, to find his parents, but he always wanted to do music. That's been his dream. That has been his goal. He was in LA doing music.
Yes.
And he got distracted. Whitney fucking distracted him. And I think he should go back to LA without her.
Yes.
Without her. She's not mature enough to have the kind of relationship that Chad deserves.
Yes.
And that's just how I feel about it. Period.
No, agreed.
And if he had done that, maybe Simone would have finally took the hint that she's not his girlfriend.
No, Simone, I can see her going to LA and following him.
Oh, she would absolutely follow him and be like, oh, my boyfriend moved without me, but it's okay. I told him it was fine.
Yeah. And especially considering some of the stuff she said this week.
Oh,
I want to be clear. I am 98% on Simone's side. There's only like a little 2% where I'm like, girl, you knew this was what was going on. But still, the fact that they were lying to her, that's the bigger problem, right? So Chad tells Whitney, he says, if you tell me to stay, I'll stay. I'll stay with you forever. Why, Chad? Why waste your life here? He says, I'll stay with you forever. But you got to let me know we have a future together, because I won't stay if you don't. And if so, we've got to tell Simone the truth. For me to be with you, for us to be together, that's how it has to be. He goes on to say, if you can't tell Simone that we're going to be together, there's no way I can stay in harmony. I love you. I want to be with you, grow old with you, but I got to know you feel the same way. If you can't tell me we're going to have a future together, I'm going to take the job in LA. So what is it going to be, Whitney? Do you love me? Do you want to be with me? Or do I take the job in LA? Whitney then says to him, I don't know when. Basically, I'm paraphrasing at this point, but she basically says, I don't know when or if I will ever be able to tell Simone the truth about us. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm out, bitch. I'm out. Are you crazy? Are you insane?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
then
crazy.
And then she
like, are you supposed to do this forever? Like, so you're never going to get married? You're not going to start a family? You're going to be sneaking around behind Simone's back forever? And what about the point where Simone's going to then want to up the relationship? What are you going to do?
Well, she has that little fantasy where she is living that life.
I know. I feel bad for her. I did. Like I said, Whitney is not mature enough for this relationship. She's not ready. It's interesting. It's interesting because she talks about how, like, she's so worried about Simone, and Simone can't handle this and Simone can't handle that. But you can't handle this relationship. That's obvious. It's obvious you're not mature enough for this relationship. The fact that you simply refuse to be honest with your family about the fact that you and Chad are together. And why? Because you think something bad will happen to your sister. Well, again, that comes with maturity, being able to do the hard thing, say the hard thing, and be ready to accept the consequences of saying and doing the hard thing. And she's just not mature enough. She's simply immature. And
she is also getting slightly manipulated by her sister, because her sister did fake ODing on pills.
Yeah, listen.
So she is being manipulated a bit and guilted into sort of keeping this whole lie going.
Simone is obviously not innocent in this. I want to be clear. So I agree. Simone is not innocent in this. And yes, Whitney is being manipulated. But at a certain point, you should be able to, I don't care how hard, like, what? I'm either going to just give you up, right? And say, no, it's too dangerous for my sister. It's too hard for my sister. But even then, Chad can't go on pretending to be Simone's boyfriend.
Yeah,
Either way, she's going to have to learn the truth. That's my issue. It's like, regardless of what crazy thing Simone does, that's on Simone.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that is on Simone, and the fact that she copes the way she copes. And that is not Whitney's fault, right?
Nope. No, because Simone has to be able to handle rejection. And that's what it is that they don't want, because they don't necessarily, I guess, have to say, like, we're together. But she could at least tell Chad, break up with her.
Yeah.
Start finding ways of breaking up with her, easing out of the relationship. And then later she could find out we were already seeing each other and that's a big devastation and stuff. But you need to break up with her.
Months ago, they should have done that. Instead,
years
they doubled down. Instead, they doubled down. Like, because at first there was a stretch of time where Chad had neither confirmed nor denied Simone being his girlfriend, right? There was a stretch of time where we had like plausible deniability where Chad had neither said, yes, Simone is my girlfriend, or no, she isn't, right? And so it really could have been like, he could have told her what he eventually tells her today, which is, I like you. You're a lovely girl. I was never in love with you. I'm in love with your sister. I've been in love with your sister from the beginning. At some point that needed to be said, and it never got said, right?
Yeah.
And so we had that stretch, and then Whitney came up with this plan for him to flat out lie to Simone and pretend to be her boyfriend.
And that was where they went wrong.
Of the issue.
Yes. There was a point where Chad was dating another girl, and Simone was like, yeah, he's just doing that because he can't have me right now. Girlfriend. Stop.
Yeah.
But that would have been the perfect out for Chad. He would have been like, yeah, I'm seeing somebody else. Sorry.
Yeah, it would have been. I like I said, Simone is not innocent in this, of course. But I personally think the fact that they have been lying to her, they don't really have a leg to stand on where things Simone. They really don't. They've been really, and I felt bad for her. I have the clips. We're going to watch pretty much all of Simone's breakdown because we never get to see this storyline progress the way it progressed this week ever. This is the first time.
I was actually shocked that it came out.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was going to be another like, hey, go over, give them the soup, and Whitney will hear it and hide somewhere, and they'll, the same old. But the fact that she caught them, I'm like, oh shit, this is happening. Oh, this is going to be a good week. Hello.
I was
thrilled. The delusion is done.
Yeah,
I was thrilled. Yeah, she had to break out, and the thing is, Simone has not been fully delusional about this since she figured out what was going on. She knew what was going on.
She knew
what was going on. She, like you said, Maria, she decided to manipulate the situation and try to manipulate it to her favor, right? And she also, as we will see in the clips, she also has very much deluded herself into thinking that Chad is being seduced by Whitney and that she has brainwashed him and that he does love her and he loved her and he sent her all those flowers and all those things. She believes all that shit was for her.
Yeah.
And so I do feel bad for her, but we will get there. But first, Whitney basically tells him, you should take the job. You shouldn't stay here just because of me. And you shouldn't pass up on this opportunity because I don't know when or if I will ever be able to tell my sister about us. And Chad says, okay, so you're telling me to go? I told you whatever you said I would do, I would abide by your decision. So goodbye, Whitney. And so they separate. And Whitney is distraught. This is when the news of the fire comes out. And so Chad hears that information. Whitney does not. Because Whitney's still outside kind of dealing with her feelings. And then she's looking for a place to cry alone. And she goes to the library where she finds Julian. He notices her crying and he offers her a listening ear. He tells her, I think of us as friends since our near-death experience in that elevator. And Whitney breaks down crying to Julian, and he offers her some advice. So I do have a clip. I loved this. Julian advises Whitney, and I do enjoy seeing the softer side to Julian.
Yes, 100%. I mean, kudos to Ben Masters, where in the same stretch of episodes, you hating him for ruining people to the point of suicide for taking their money and just being an ass, to this caring person.
Yeah, the sincerity.
The sincerity of him. And obviously it's because of the link to Eve, which also was very heartbreaking, listening to him putting on the song again and listening to Eve and her baby being gone.
Yeah.
And it just like reminds, and it brings back him being with Timmy, and like just the multi-layer of this character is fascinating. And Ben just did an amazing job with it.
He really did. He really did a fantastic job with this. Yeah, I love seeing Julian in these very sincere moments. And like you said, obviously he has like a soft spot for her because of her mother, but I do think that the fact that they had that bonding experience in the elevator shaft and in the elevator, yeah, I think that definitely has a lot to do with his feelings about Whitney as well. Julian, Julian is such a complicated character.
Yes,
he is.
Complicated character,
and not many characters on this show are that complicated. They're so cookie cutter, one sided. You know, we never see a touching moment with Rebecca. You know, or well, Beth is somewhat multi-layered, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beth actually is somewhat complex, but they turn her into a cartoon villain. That's what happens with Beth, is that she gets so crazy that you kind of forget that her backstory is that her mother was horrible and abusive, and like, you know, and all the stuff that Luis and Sheridan kind of did to her and how she got yanked around. Over time, that erodes away because of how crazy she gets and the awful things that she does. And Julian is having almost like almost a reverse arc of Beth, right? Beth starts out and she's so sweet and kind and lovely, and then she goes to homicidal maniac. Whereas Julian starts out as like this like sociopath who doesn't care about anybody but himself, and his arc is more to become more caring and more, you know, kind, and more sincere. So, yeah, let's watch this clip of Julian and what's the girl's name? Whitney.
Whitney.
Whitney Russell, daughter of Eve and TC Russell.
Eve and TC Russell.
It's not Sugar Bear. Julian and Sugar Bear never share a scene.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know if it's going to come up with Liz and everything, but I don't know if you guys noticed that when he was like calling out, when he was hearing the crying, and he was just like, who is that? Sugar Bear? And I was like, he still doesn't know this girl's name.
No.
Yeah. He said Whitney, and then he said Sugar Bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're getting into Julian giving some advice to Whitney.
Yeah. I really am a pretty good listener, you know.
I remember. I just don't think that anything is going to help.
Is this about the young man that you told me of before?
Chad?
That you wanted to be with him, but you were concerned about hurting someone that you cared about?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah, sounds like a sensitive situation. But you know, I still believe what I told you before. The biggest mistake a person could make in life is not to follow their heart.
That's what you did, right?
I regret it to this day. I let my family interfere in my relationship with a woman that I loved. And as a result, I lost her.
But if I do what you're saying, I could hurt my sister terribly. I couldn't bear that.
I'm sure it could be painful for both of you, but consider the alternative, the life without this young man. Imagine, years down the road, knowing that he was married to someone else because you rejected it.
We made such a beautiful baby, didn't we, Chad?
We did. She's beautiful, just like her mama.
Yeah, but I think she's anxious to give her namesake a hug, huh? Yeah? Here's Auntie Whitney. Yeah? Here's Auntie Whitney.
Those wigs are a crime.
I was gonna just say, why are they making her look like Dora the Explorer?
Those wigs are a crime. I think it was supposed to be who's the tennis player, the famous
Serena?
lady? No. She's a white lady. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
That was a horrible wig. Horrible. Simone looked okay, but
no, Simone's was horrible. Both of us were criminal.
liked hers. Oh,
both of them were very bad. I did not like.
But the baby was adorable.
The baby was cute. Yes. Yes. So I really loved that. I appreciate this nice bonding moment between the two of them, especially considering what we like when everything starts to kind of come out about Julian and Eve's relationship. I like that they have kind of laid this groundwork that Julian also has a completely separate relationship with Whitney, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember the girl's name.
I know.
I can't. Okay.
You're going to need a nickname too, like Sugar Bear.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you know what? She's the apple of her parents' eye. She's not the apple of mine. So I like Whitney, but she irritates me sometimes. I just can't get over the fact that she just keeps lying to Simone, but keeps talking about how much she loves her sister and I can't lose my sister. It's like, do you really think? And I think that Whitney's not a dumb person, right?
No.
But what a dumb idea this was.
It was, yeah. Because even if you break up with Chad is not going to be with Simone.
No.
It's not like it's a choice and she's being a martyr and be like, okay, let them just both of them be happy together. No, he's like, I don't like your sister like that at all.
In fact, I'm only dating her because you have insisted that I pretend to.
Yeah.
For some reason, which will only serve to her worse when everything comes out.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
That's what made it worse is the fact that he's been pretending this whole time. And we find out later she's been going to his house and doing chores. Which is a little creepy if I'm like, if I live alone, but I come home and everything is clean. It's like, what the? Oh, shit.
Well, we saw part of it too. Because there was a time when she came in and it's like, oh, I'll help you clean this. I'll help you fold this.
But he's there. He's talking about how he'll get there and find that she's been cleaning his house. That's like the episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon just shows up and cleans, and it's like, what the hell?
But isn't that just so tragic? One of the tragedies of Simone's life, I think, is that that's what she thinks she needs to do for him to love her, right?
Yeah.
She feels inadequate. She feels like she's a leftover in her own home, and that's
TC's fault.
TC and Eve.
Yes.
And I think
I think Eve does try to treat them. It's just that since TC is so obsessed with this tennis and the legacy and everything that that he's the one that is belittling. He doesn't even know her name. He calls her Sugar Bear.
Yeah.
Well, and Eve's never there. That's also the problem.
Well,
that he was so focused on Whitney and she was probably never there.
She's leftover. She's a leftover. Listen, Simone made some very impassioned speeches this week and they really pulled me over. I mean, I didn't need to be pulled over to her side that hardly. Like it wasn't that hard to pull me over, but it really put some things into perspective for me too. So let's talk about what's going on with Chad. Oh, Chad, we have to finish with Chad and Whitney. So Julian and Whitney get interrupted by news of this fire that's happening at the cottage. Whitney rushes to the scene. When she gets there, Chad is inexplicably trapped by the fire. I was like, why did Chad get trapped?
Yeah.
It frustrated me so bad.
Like, why did he go around to the back of the house? For what?
And aren't they already in the back of the house?
I don't know where
because that looks like the back of the house. The front of the cottage looks totally different.
I don't know where they were. I don't know where he ended up, but he ended up on a different side of the house from everybody else. And he was trapped by knee-high flames. I don't know why they were acting like he couldn't just hop over those flames. They were making a very big deal about it.
I mean, if Fox can fly like Superman.
Right. And it's like, if it comes down to I'm going to burn to death in the fire or jump over these knee-high flames, I'm going to just jump over the knee-high flames. If you move fast enough, you should be okay and jump through and stop, drop, and roll. They had the water hose. You're going to be fine.
Yes. And this happens after everyone's safe.
Yes. I was like, what is he doing back there? What was he do? What are you doing? And and it was crazy because how did he get trapped on fire? Like he got close to the house, so he was like close to where the fire actually was, and then the fire like encircled him around him. Which why wouldn't the fire have burned out this way? Why did it circle around? Whatever.
I mean, technically, there was an ignition. There was gas. So
She
like
poured it
maybe
all
the
over
gas
house.
Well, maybe that portion didn't get lit yet or something. And
didn't something fall and trap him?
Huh?
No, that was Sheridan.
Well, yeah, but and then
Sheridan.
there was a branch that fell on them, and then I thought like something else fell and trapped him for like a hot minute, and as soon as it happened, it's like, oh, I see where this is going.
It don't matter because he was fine. So
he was fine.
He gets trapped. Then he jumps over the flames after Ethan comes with a water hose to spray down the flames a little bit. He gets over. He's fine, but because he was trapped and Whitney was terrified of losing him, she's like, I love you so much. I don't know what I would have done if I had lost you. We'll figure out a way to get past this thing with Simone. I will tell her the truth and whatever you want, as long as we can be together. So she has a change of mind, a change of heart.
Mm-hmm.
Though she was about to lose him anyway. But she was going to lose him anyway. He was going to LA. He just wasn't going to be dead. So I guess there was a hope that she would follow him to LA.
But he's not going. He was saying that I won't go to LA if you want to be with me. So basically she's telling him, I changed my mind. I do want to be with you. So stay in harmony and give up on your dream of being a musician. And give up on this great opportunity.
Mm-hmm. So that you can stay, devastate my sister, and become my father's punching bag.
Yeah.
Because TC is not going to take this well.
That was so good.
And add on top of that they hurt his sugar bear.
So you can stay, devastate my sister, and become my father's punching bag is hilarious. It's hilarious. I love that. Because that's exactly what he would be in store for.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that's so funny to me. He's going to give up on his fucking dream. He's going to give up on his dream of being a music producer to stay in harmony and get beat on by TC.
On a daily basis.
Oh no, we got to get my Shayla out. We got to get him out of here. So they are back together and they happily go back to the studio. And when they get there, they make out. And then they start getting it on, people.
Getting it on. Let's get it on.
Yeah, they start having sexy time right on the couch.
Yeah.
With the loudest mouth noises ever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you know what? Let me tell you something about mouth noises. Okay, I know I've brought this up on the podcast a few times at this point, but have y'all watched Heated Rivalry?
Yes.
Listen,
not yet.
The mouth noises are unmatched in Heated Rivalry. I was like, that's how you do it. That's how you do sound design, baby. Oh, so much. So much, but it's like good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't bother me like 90s and 2000 soap operas do. It's terrible.
No, well, yeah, I don't even think it was we were meant to hear it. Like, you know what I mean?
And I didn't when I was younger, but now I've rewatched Sunset Beach and I'm rewatching this scene in Passions, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to fast forward. I can't with this.
That is hilarious. The mouth sounds, but yeah. I never thought I would enjoy mouth sounds until I watched Heated Rivalry, but it was almost like the mouth sounds themselves were like scripted. They were so good.
Oh, wow.
They were so
all right.
Good. So I don't know. If you haven't watched it, I suggest.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh, it's so good, and it's a quick watch. It's a very quick. I think there's only 6 episodes. It's a very quick watch.
Okay. Cool.
It's super gay. If you're not into that, don't watch it. But
totally fine.
But it is oh gosh, it's so good. Anyway, episodes 3 and 5 are my favorite. If anybody is wondering what I like, you can find it there. You can find what I love there. Scott, what was his name? Scott Hunter. Scott Hunter and Kip Honey, that's my ship. Though I really didn't care about them other two that much, to be honest. To be 100% honest. Okay, moving on to these two who are getting it on and having some nasty mouth sounds that really put Shane off.
I'm really disappointed that they did not do enough to emphasize the Whitney losing her virginity.
Oh yeah, that was long. That's long gone.
I know.
They didn't care.
I know. They did not make a big deal about it. They made a big deal about Charity. They made a big deal about Theresa, but no, not Whitney. You could lose it. Not a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
They even made
I'm
a kind of a big
disappointed.
deal about it they made a big deal about it for Kay too.
Yeah.
And for Kay. Yeah, all of them.
That's true. Interesting.
It is.
So they're getting it on. Let's talk about what TC and Eve have a little conversation about Whitney. Basically where Eve tells TC that Whitney is getting to this age where she's starting to become interested in other things other than tennis. And he's like what? And she's like boys. I mean, yeah, she's 19, 20, maybe 21. I don't know exactly how old they are at this point, but she's somewhere in the range of 19 to 21. That's what I imagine, right?
College age.
Yeah, of course she's interested in boys. And not like I started being interested in boys at like 10, right? Like, when you start going through puberty, I don't know, but TC tells her that once Whitney's at the top, there'll be plenty of time for all that. But for right now, Whitney's main concern is her tennis career. Whitney's not going to betray me or our dream of getting involved by getting involved with some boy. There's no way that's going to happen. I did not like, and I take issue with the use of the word betray.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, she's not your girlfriend. She's not your wife. She's not betraying you. Like the idea that her being in a relationship is a betrayal to you, her father, that's fucking weird.
It is.
And then even if you take that portion away, calling it a betrayal for her to have interest in something other than tennis and decide that she doesn't want to do tennis at full time anymore is also extremely harsh language to use with your child or about your child.
It's also part creepy because it's almost like you're going to choose a boy over your father.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And ew. Like, I mean,
it's like he's competing romantically. And it's like, it's not.
But not even just that, but like, I'm assuming that these matches have monetary prizes as well. It's like, is she helping to pay the bills and you're getting upset because the money's not going to be there anymore? Because
he does like to live off of a woman, doesn't he?
Yes, off of Eve, who he also doesn't want her doing her job.
Child, I have so much to say about TC because later on, and that comes later, but there's also a point where he is like, "I'm sorry, Eve. Now I'm the one who has to work tonight." Like, sir.
And he took so much satisfaction in that.
He did, and it was disgusting because it's like, baby, the tennis schedule does not an emergency make, right?
No.
Like, she's saving lives.
Literally. And performing life-saving surgeries.
And he acts like it's a trivial thing. But that tennis schedule is a trivial thing. Sorry. Compared to what? Comparatively, it is.
Yes.
Comparatively, it is. Like, you can't compete where you don't compare. You can't.
Exactly.
And you're married. You shouldn't be competing with each other. You shouldn't be trying to compete with your wife, like, career-wise.
And it's been 20 years. I'm sure this is not a schedule that is all of a sudden hectic. I'm sure it's always, she does everything in harmony. She does all the jobs.
Right. And at the beginning of the show, he was so proud of her. My perfect wife, my perfect saint of a wife. Now, all of a sudden, it's wearing on you in your marriage. It's been 20 years. It had been 20 years when we started the show.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah.
And
you're still a high school coach.
Yeah.
And a grief counselor.
And I think he's a volunteer grief counselor. There's no way they hired him to do that.
Yes.
There's simply no way. I think he just walks around the hospital when he's there, just like, and Eve can't help babysit him. He's just walking around. It's like, hey, do you need a grief counselor? You look like you need somebody to talk to. And then he just yells at them. Pull yourself together. Dry it up. People die. My father died of a broken heart because I hurt my knee. Like, yeah. And that's his motivation. That's how he motivates people.
Can you imagine TC counseling Tabitha after losing Timmy?
No. Thank God I never had to witness it because no, I can't imagine it. It's
I'm trying to think of the funniest like way it could. I can't even picture it to get like what can you possibly.
I just know that she would drop so many hilarious little one-liners on him. Like I don't know. She would be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
Yeah,
she would, but she would go to the boys in the basement first before she goes to TC.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
And they probably would counsel her better.
She probably would tell him the way to actually make me feel better about the death of Timmy is for me to be able to kill you.
Right.
And give you misery and have you suffer.
Yeah. Actually, you want to help me feel better? Die.
Die.
Okay.
Come here, meet the friends in the basement.
Yeah, actually, TC, I do want to have counseling with you. Just wait for me down in the basement. I'll be there momentarily. And then he gets eaten up. Hilarious.
Fluffy can get to him.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So we talked about that. But he says she's not going to betray me or my dream of. There's no way she's going to do it, right? Meanwhile, let's talk about what's going on with Simone. Simone is over, speaking of Tabitha, speak of the devil, Simone is over at Tabitha's house, and because she and Kay were about to have like a witchy little movie night. They were going to watch The Witches of Eastwick, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Oh, I don't remember.
But
it's something about voodoo. I don't know if they said the name, but
something about
it was about voodoo.
Yeah. And so they're over there at Tabitha's house, ready to have a nice little girls' night, movie night. But Tabitha looks on her little bowl while they're in the living room starting the movies, and she checks in on what's going on between Chad and Whitney, and she sees that they're at the studio getting it on. She gets a great idea. She's like, you should go and take some soup to your sister, like not to your sister, to Chad, to the studio.
Chad.
Chad. She's like, Simone, I have this fresh hot soup, and she magicked it. She didn't make it. And she's like, I've got fresh.
Not even. I think she said it was instant.
She did. It was instant.
It was instant. So she didn't even use magic.
It.
No, it was instant.
I guess I took instant to say that she magicked it. I guess that's what
because Kay asked, like, did you use magic? She was like, no, I use instant.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Okay.
No. And then what was funny about the whole movie thing is that Kay was actually doing it as like research. And Tabitha's like, that's not how you're gonna learn how to use your powers.
Yeah.
And they were VHSs, which made me happy.
Oh yeah.
She had rented from the video store.
Video store.
Layers of nostalgia.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, Tabitha gives her this soup to take to the studio. And Simone, I will say I'm going to take issue with Simone here because, girl, me and you were supposed to be hanging out. What the fuck do you mean you got to take some soup to your man? No, we're supposed to be watching witch movies. My girlfriend, like, bailed on me, and we were about to have, like, a movie night, girls' night, have a good time, my best friend, and then she's like, and then some witch gives her some soup, and she's like, yeah, I got to bounce. I got to take this soup to my man. That would upset me. I didn't like it. But I know that I feel like Kay is all about go get your man. Kay would be the first one to do it to Simone as well. So
True.
I can't be too upset about it.
I mean, Theresa would have done the same thing. So many people would have probably did that on the show because it's all about go get your man.
And once Tabitha planted the little seed of, oh, here's some soup, take it to Chad. She just took it and immediately
ran.
Let's go. She didn't ask what kind of soup it was. She just took it.
No.
And so she goes off to the studio. She gets there and she's about to walk right in.
But she has the fantasy first.
Yes.
That fantasy.
Listen, I have so much of the Simone stuff. I have the clips. I have all of the clips.
Okay.
We're going to watch so much of this today because it was really good. And two, like I said, we don't put up spotlight on this storyline enough at all.
No, not at all. And we don't even know when it's going to be a spotlight again.
Yeah. No. So I decided yes. And it was good stuff. It was great stuff.
It was really good. Really meaty.
Yes, we start with, she's about to walk in and she has I wrote a dream and a fantasy. But her dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Does that?
Yes.
I wrote that line and it reminded me of like, you ever watch like 2020 or like Dateline?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, but their dream vacation quickly turned into a nightmare. That's how I felt about Simone here. It's like she was having that dream, but it quickly turned into a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was interesting, the dream. I know you're about to play it, but what I loved about it is the fact that she put the whole fantasy into like a romance novel getup and everything.
Oh, I
like it was like Fabio, if anyone remembers Fabio, you know, with the clothes, and it was just like, wow, this is so reminiscent of that time when those things were like really hot and everyone was reading those kind of books.
It reminded me very much, and I'm about to play it, but it reminded me very much of Days of Our Lives. Or like Days of Our Lives in like the 90s.
Yeah.
It was the music. I feel like it was music that they used in Days of Our Lives. I can't be 100% sure about that, but when I heard it, I was like, that sounds familiar. The music, the candles, the way, the softness of it, it was all very, to me.
I don't know if I got to hear the music. I think on the online version, they cut it out.
I watched it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Then maybe it was the montage that they cut out the music.
Yeah, the montage did.
For the montage, which I didn't care, so I just let it play.
I know. I was about to get it from my stash, and I was like, yeah, I don't care that much.
I was like, I don't care about this. I don't care what song this is. I don't care. All right, let me just share my screen with y'all, and we're gonna watch this. I have 3 clips here, and we'll just just play and stop and go.
Yeah. We'll say pause if there's something I needed to say.
Oh, Chad. Being here tonight, surprising you, could change everything.
Doesn't that sound like Days of Our Lives?
Thank you for the soup, Simone. I am so lucky to have you for my girlfriend.
Look at her outfit.
No, I'm the lucky one. All Whitney has is tennis.
Yep. Why are we talking about my sister?
Mind, body, and soul.
I love you so much.
Show me, Chad. Show me how much you love me.
I'm glad she got to do this though, the actress.
Yeah. Oh!
Chad ripping his shirt open.
Oh,
it was hot.
It was. Yeah, this is a great fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, her fantasy is more hot than what Chad and Whitney are actually doing.
100%.
Definitely change everything.
What kind of soup is that, girl?
Oh, no. Oh, yes. It's showtime. Surprise!
Damn right.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Why? Pause it for a second. Doesn't he have a bed?
They was doing it on the couch, girl. Some people do it. Not everybody do stuff vanilla all the time.
They seems like they're always on the couch.
I was going to say, they always are.
Yeah, they're always on the couch. It's like, I'm wondering, is there even a bed in the studio? Because I thought it was an apartment studio with, a whole full apartment.
The last time they were on the couch at the Russell home, which was very stupid. But he was staying there because of the snowstorm. This time they're on the couch at the studio. They're getting it on. Maybe they have a couch fetish. Who are we to kink shame? Huh?
You know what? You're right. Yeah. I guess, and also for this scene, it kind of worked instead of having her roaming around like, where is he? And finding him. And well, that would have been good too. But this soup that she thinks that it's going to change her whole life.
Child,
she's like, this is going to change everything. It's like, it's just soup.
Bless her little heart. She's an immature little girl. She thinks that the way that she will make her man happy and keep a man is to be like this homemaker, this domesticated. She believes that she needs to basically be kind of like Grace, right? And clean up after him and bring him food and take care of him. That her love language is acts of service.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
her love language is acts of service. And so she thinks that this is what she needs to be doing to make sure that he continues to love her. She also knows that she felt like her relationship, even though it's all basically in her mind. Well, you know what? I can't say that anymore because Chad did tell her that they were together, basically.
Sure.
But she, so yeah, I'll give her a pass on it. Honestly,
I also find it interesting that even in her own fantasy, she still has to bring up Whitney. It's like Whitney has her tennis. Okay, why are we talking about Whitney?
Yeah, because she's insecure.
Yeah. She's competed with Whitney her whole life in her eyes.
Yeah.
She's insecure, and it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I feel very bad. I actually do feel very bad for Simone.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
I know you're upset. I don't blame you, but if you just let me explain to you.
My sister. My own sister. How could you betray me like this?
I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this.
For me to find you in bed with Chad?
No, we just need to talk about this, okay? Once you know the whole story.
What is there to know, Whitney? You seduced my boyfriend.
No, it wasn't like that at all.
I'm not stupid, Whitney. I knew something was going on. I saw the way you looked at him, the way you flirted with him, but I never expected you to do this. I loved you, Whitney. I thought you loved me.
I do, Simone.
And this is how you show it? By putting out for Chad so he wouldn't want it from me?
No. I didn't seduce Chad to keep him away from you. That's not how it happened.
I don't care how it happened. What kind of sister are you to steal my man?
You just let me...
You backstabbing slut! I hate you, Whitney. I hate you.
You backstabbing slut. I hate you, Whitney. That might be the title of the episode. I loved it. And I love the way she delivered it. You backstabbing slut. I hate you. Oh my God. Yes.
It was good. I'm so glad they finally gave her some meat.
Something to do, honey. And I loved it. And she rose to the occasion. She really did. I have two more clips because Simone, she goes on. She makes some great speeches. But yes, I will say that soup, she has the soup in the bowl. Personally, I already know if I walked in, I saw that and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Soup is going everywhere. That lid would have been off of that soup so damn fast and all over them so fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And when he got dressed, I brought you soup. When he got dressed real fast, like before you knew, she already had a top on and everything. I was like, damn, that was fast.
She has practice getting quick, doing her little quick change. They've been sneaking around a lot. Okay, so I have another clip. I hate you, Whitney, part 2. Okay, here we go.
Hate you, Whitney. I will never forgive you for this. Never.
I am so sorry. Simone, I never meant for you to find out about it like this. I started to tell you so many times, but I just didn't want to hurt you.
So you just kept screwing me and Chad?
You can't blame Whitney for this.
Yes, I can. I understand, Chad. It has been like this our whole lives. Whitney is the perfect daughter. My mom and dad's pride and joy. She's the one who does well in school. She'll be the one who will fulfill my dad's dream of being a pro tennis player. And me? I'm just poor Simone. A second-rate second daughter.
That is not true.
Don't talk to me about truth, you lying dog. You know that you are the apple of mom and dad's eye, just like I know I'm not. But that wasn't enough for you, was it? You are so used to having it all that you couldn't let me just have one thing. Especially a boyfriend. So you just threw your trashy self over him, all over him, over and over until you finally stole him away from me.
It's not how it happens, Simone.
Yes, it is. And what hurt the most is that you fell for it, Chad. You fell for my sister. You fell in bed with her.
I told you my soup was a recipe for disaster.
Poor Simone. Oh, this is terrible.
And it's only going to get worse, much worse.
I'm the one who loves you, Chad. I was the one who was your first friend when you came to Harmony. Whitney hated you. She wanted nothing to do with you. I went out of my way to show you that I cared about you. I fell in love with you, Chad. And I know that you loved me. You sent me flowers. You brought me cards. You even wrote me a song. A love song.
Simone, that's not how it was.
No.
Okay, say more, Chad.
Yeah.
I want to say this. I'm taking
Yeah.
issue. I was taking issue with Chad through a lot of this because he, especially early on, he wasn't saying anything. He's just standing there, mouth agape, right?
Yep.
Stand up for Whitney. Get in front of Whitney. I understand that, like, it's kind of between these two sisters. I totally understand that. But she is hurling accusations at Whitney and saying that, like, she seduced him and she stole him and she could, when the whole truth is, and Chad could lay this to rest right here by saying, the first time I laid eyes on Whitney, I fell in love with her. I've been wanting Whitney since the first day I saw her. He doesn't, at no point does he counter all of Simone's speeches with a little speech of his own. And that bothered me because it was like, at least it would have been said. I don't know that Simone would have accepted it because every time he does say something in these episodes, she does kind of say, no, Chad, like, I know what's going on. She does the TC thing, right?
Yeah.
But at least it would have been said, right? And I wish he would have stood up more for Whitney in these moments, because she's taking the brunt of the
all of it, and
this talking to.
And the real lie is really his lie, of him pretending to be the boyfriend. And I actually wish the actor gave more because he seems so like, no, it's not like that. Agreed. Oh, you got it all wrong. I think if it would have been Dawn, it would have been a whole different scene.
I agree.
Even facial expressions, Dawn would have just had like that look like no, and
he would have given us. He would have given us some more choices, right? Like it would have been, something hand on head. I don't know what to do. Turn around. Like we would have gotten a few more levels from Chad, responding to what's going on. Maybe we would have. I feel like I often could see him kind of grappling,
arguing with Simone too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he would have delivered those lines what little lines Chad does have here. I think he would have delivered them definitely a little more argumentatively.
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't care for the way he just like, no, Simone, that's not how it happened. So okay,
yeah,
sure, buddy.
Especially with like, and you wrote me a song. That would have been the perfect opportunity to be like, I did it.
Right. At no point does he say none of those things were for you. All of them, those were misunderstandings. It would have been so easy for him to say the card, the flowers, the song, all of it was for Whitney. Like we're bearing it all. We're bearing it all now anyway.
Exactly. Unless he's expecting Whitney to come up with like the perfect and he doesn't want to blow up the spot because he's waiting for Whitney to sort of like, are we letting the cat out of the bag? What are we doing? What are we doing, Whitney? Like maybe he's taking her lead. That's true. What I can think.
That's the only explanation that makes sense. I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just letting Whitney take the lead since she's been point person on this the entire time.
It's like, you want me to continue to lie? You want me to fight back? What are we doing?
He has been following her lead the entire time. So But I still think it's like enough is enough. She saw them fucking each other, and now it looks like you. And now she's defaming you and saying that you tried to steal me when it was that was never what it was.
Exactly, because now she's putting it all on Whitney. And the few times that she has caught them together, that is what she is in her head thinking, like, you are trying to seduce my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. All right, keep going on. And then I have another clip.
Being with Whitney got you confused. It got you all mixed
let me
up.
go back a little
Simone,
bit.
no, that's not how it was.
No. Being with Whitney got you confused. It got you all mixed up.
Simone, no, you're a nice girl. And I like you a lot. As a friend. But only as a friend. I love Whitney.
No. No, you can't.
But I do. I've always loved Whitney. Not you.
It didn't come off. It didn't come off as sincere.
No, it wasn't clear. Like he says it, but it also, it feels it's not strong enough. He doesn't have a strong enough emotion behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Last clip of "I Hate You, Whitney." You have something to add before we watch the next clip?
No, it's just what we've been saying. And it's like, I would hate to like throw it on the actor, but I think it's Charles. He's not able to give me a 10. I need a 10 here.
He delivers the lines very flatly.
Yeah.
And like nothing behind the eyes either.
No.
So, all right. This last clip. "I Hate You, Whitney."
Simone, Whitney and I have loved each other for a long time. Since before your hit and run.
That was over a year ago. And you're just now telling me this? Because I found you two doing it? It's because we didn't want to hurt you.
We tried to tell you a dozen times.
It's just that you were so... I mean, you never gave us a chance. Oh, so it's my fault that you're a backstabbing slut. No.
I know that's right, girl.
I'm just saying that Dad was trying to protect you from the truth. He was going to let you down easy. You mean dump me for you? Humiliate me in front of all my friends.
You're already
in front of Mom and Dad.
She don't even know that yet.
Thanks for being so considerate of my feelings, Whitney. I'm sure that I'm all you thought about while Chad was making love to you. I know I messed up. But please, can we just talk this whole thing out? And let me just do what I should have done from the very beginning. Please, Simone, I love you. You're my baby sister. Get away from me! You are not my sister! A sister would never do this to another sister. You're nothing but a whore. A low-life whore!
Oh, I'm sorry. Those words make me laugh. I'm immature. I'm immature.
No, you're not. You're not. It's passions, and that's what they want you. You know, they want you to. She's a whore.
It's over the top as it should be for a soap opera.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nothing but a whore.
And it's their way of also connecting these two sisters to Eve and Liz.
I don't care for that parallel that they're drawing there, to be honest. But it's passions is what they do.
Yeah, because it's completely different situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's the through line is betrayal, right? Is that one sister betrays another sister, and how what does the fallout of that look like? Okay, so they go on like this for a while, just like Simone is spinning out. Whitney is cowering. Chad is mostly silent. And you know what? I was watching him during those scenes, and you're absolutely right. Like he's giving us nothing.
Yeah,
he's giving us nothing. At one point, he kind of like looks off to the side, like
he's bored, like
to be over.
yeah.
So
this is where I wish Don was on here doing this, because Don was so good, even being the uncomfortable Chad. Remember with the flowers, and she goes and hugs him, and he's like, "Oh my God, this is awkward. I don't like it." But this guy's like, okay, yeah, hug me. You know, like he's very accepting of it. While Don was clearly like, it was almost like we were like, Simone, could you not see his face? He's disgusted right now.
Yeah, Charles, he delivers lines. He doesn't make acting choices, if that makes sense. It's like if nobody has directed him to move to the spot, if nobody's directed him to like move his arm, if nobody's directed him to like giving him the blocking, he does the blocking and that's it. Like, not making any choices of his own. That's very clear to me.
Yes.
When I watch him. So yes, they go on and on with this for a while. I've already shown y'all 8 minutes of this. We watched a lot of it. Now is the time in the show we're gonna do a little role play, people.
Oh,
scripts. We got the scripts.
Let me bring it up.
I wanna be Simone. So, okay, y'all ready? Let's get into this scene. Let me see. Who's who? I want to be Simone. I'm calling Simone.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be Chad.
I'll be
Chad. You want to be Chad? Okay.
I can play flat.
Sure.
I can play flat.
You can play flat.
Okay, I love it. Okay. Here we go. Why did you do this, Chad? Why did you leave me for her?
Simone, look, I'm sorry. I didn't leave you. We never had a relationship. You created it all in your head. There's nothing between us.
No, that is a lie.
No, it's the truth. You wanted to think of me as your boyfriend and let you keep thinking that. I'm sorry I let you keep thinking that.
No, you loved me. You did. I could see it in your eyes. And she could see it too. And she couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand that I finally had something of my own. So she set out to take you away from me.
No, that's not the way it happened.
You were always Daddy's favorite. You were always in the spotlight, and you couldn't stand it that I finally had something that made me feel special.
Simone, please.
But you know what? You just wait until Daddy finds out. Yeah, he's gonna be furious when he finds out that you put your tennis career in jeopardy because of a boy. We'll just see how special you are when Daddy finds out what you've done.
Simone, will you please try and calm down so that we can explain to you how all this happened?
Why couldn't you just let me have Chad? Why couldn't you just leave him alone?
This is not Whitney's fault.
It is her fault. She took you away.
If you were having a real relationship with someone, you have to know that I would be happy for you.
Chad and I were having a real relationship. I don't care what you brainwashed him into believing. How did you do it, Whitney? Sex? You know, you knew I wasn't having sex with Chad, so you moved in and threw yourself all over him, right?
No. Sex had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, right. How did she do it, Chad? Did she climb in your bed real easy, huh? Is that why you want to be with her and not with me? Because she was easy?
No. Whitney and I have been in love for a long time.
You used sex to get him, didn't you? You bitch!
No, get off.
We start fighting.
Stop it.
And scene. Good job, guys. Good job. Yeah. So Simone attacks. She comes out swinging, honey. She has had enough. And she said, words will not adequately express how I feel right now. Take this backhand, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, Chad eventually pulls them apart, pulls Simone off of Whitney. Mm-hmm. And Simone just continues to lay into Whitney for a bit, saying, you know, you slut, you whore, you tramp. And then she runs out in tears, cries. She's crying, of course. I'm gonna say this: when she brings up TC, she was not wrong.
No,
about TC, because TC is having a conversation with his wife, right, with Eve. And he gets a call saying that Whitney will be seated low in the next tournament because she lost on Thanksgiving. Remember when she lost that one match?
Yeah,
months
which
ago?
technically that was Simone's fault
Mm-hmm.
because she drugged her milk.
That's true. Oh yeah, that was Simone's fault. 100%.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding
So
me.
when
of that.
she brought that up, she even looked like she was almost reminiscing on like, I fucked that up. Like she almost seemed gleeful. Like, remember when you messed up? Because she knew she did it. She was the reason why she messed up.
Yeah. Well, the consequences have come home to roost, apparently, because of that loss. Even though Whitney has had multiple matches since then, apparently, at least one, because in her conversation with Julian before, where we watched in the clip, Julian says to her, like, I follow your career. Congratulations on that tournament you just won. So she's been winning since that happened, right? In these episodes, TC comes home with a trophy that is apparently one of her tennis trophies that he went to go pick up from a tournament she had just won. So she's been winning. It doesn't make sense that she would be seated low specifically because of a match that happened back in Thanksgiving. But I don't know shit about tennis, but I doubt I doubt that Passions really knew anything about tennis either. So
apparently this was like 50% of your score, when it comes to exams. This was like 50% because they put her in the bottom over losing one.
I thought it was odd that he was like, she's going to be seated low in the next tournament because she lost on Thanksgiving. And then TC is like in a rage. I mean, he flies into an absolute rage about her losing on Thanksgiving. And this
Thanksgiving, which was probably like 2 nights ago.
You know what though? At this point, are we? I know.
No, it is months ago. It's just the way Passion does their days. It was probably 2 days ago.
Yeah,
but it probably is months because they do try to keep the calendar.
The way Passions does their days, this was a year ago. Right? Like that happened so long ago at this point. But literally Thanksgiving, we definitely hit New Year's.
It's like the day after New Year's Day.
They fucked up the timing though. Yes, I agree. It is like either New Year's Day or the day after. But they fucked up the timing so badly because they've decided to make it seem like what's his name? The one that was dead. Antonio.
Oh my God.
They tried to make it seem like he has been in that coma for a very long time, but he slipped into that coma on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And everybody's still in the same clothes they've been in for like one day.
Mm-hmm.
So he really was not in that coma that long. However, last week they made it very clear that he's been out for a while, right? Like they made it seem like he's been out for a while, but so they fucked up the timeline really badly.
Yeah. And was it last Thanksgiving that drug happened?
It was this past Thanksgiving.
It was this past because it feels like like it was last year. It's like I'm wondering if it's been a whole year and there's been 2 Thanksgivings.
It has been a very long time since the stuff that happened at Thanksgiving.
All I remember is Theresa's Thanksgiving thing.
It probably feels very long too because I think we talked about that last season. And then I took my hiatus. I took my break. I talked about it last season. It feels even longer than it was in the show, but
sure.
But it's still been at least 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while.
Because we're in March now in the real world.
Yeah. So, sorry, my stomach is growling so loud. I hope y'all can't hear that.
Did you need to take a break and go grab something?
No, girl. You know how much you know how often I don't eat, and I'm fine.
Okay. Don't want you hangry.
I never get hangry. I'm never hangry. I'm more tired. And more often than not, if I'm getting a little like fussy, it's because I need a nap, like a little kid.
Aww.
I'm fussy because I need a nap. That's usually what it is. Anyway, TC is in a rage about this tournament that his daughter lost months ago. And he is convinced that she's like lacking focus, and he says if she wants to be a champion, then Whitney has to work hard. She has to be relentless. She cannot let up. Eve is trying to temper him and bring him down and bring the temperature down a little bit.
I think you skip like a whole section because he talks to Liz first, and then Eve gets home early. Like there's a whole part of the story.
That's not part of what's going on with Chad and Simone.
Oh, you're jumping around.
That's part of that. The conversations, the way that I take my notes is basically, it doesn't necessarily, I'm not going to go over everything that this character said if what they said does not have to do with that storyline. When he has that conversation with Liz, that is very much about him and Liz's plot to try to steal him away from him.
Got it. Okay. I wasn't sure if we were moving into that storyline.
No, we're just doing. We are gonna move into it, but we're just gonna deal with what's going on with Chad and Whitney and.
Got it. Yeah. No, it was a very confusing episode and trying to keep things segregated.
Yeah.
So they overlapped a lot.
Oh my God, yes, they did so much recapping and going overlapping and all kinds of stuff. So, yes, he tells her, or his wife Eve tries to kind of bring down the temperature. She's gently trying to like nudge him in the direction of Whitney is a grown woman, and she's gonna be wanting to do more things and have more varied interests. She might not always want to be a tennis player. She also brings up the fact, she's like, are you sure that this is Whitney's dream, or is it the dream that you have thrust upon her? Right?
Yes.
He denies this. He's just like, no, Whitney just needs to work harder. This is what she wants. She would never betray me. She would never betray my father's dreams. Like, she didn't even know that man.
Yeah. He passed away already before he even met Eve.
Yeah, he was long gone before she was ever even in the picture. So, but I did appreciate Eve trying to advocate for Whitney. I think personally, I do think that that Eve needs to put her foot down a little bit more when it comes to TC, particularly as it pertains to Whitney and how he treats her and how he domineers her. He's very domineering.
He is, but he probably always had this personality, and Eve probably already. Like, she's the more successful one, but I think she lets him have his little masculinity.
Yeah.
And being like, and let him be the patriarch of the family, even though he's not really the breadwinner of the family.
Yeah.
And that could also go back to maybe her childhood, because obviously we know that her adopted father, was abusive to Liz, but he probably already had a really like abusive type language around the house, because I can't see someone who is abusing their daughter not being someone who also has really strong language around the house. So maybe this is sort of like a repeat, marry your father kind of situation.
I don't know. That one is tough to speculate on, simply because I do know that abusers are very, very, very good at pretending to not be an abuser. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think more so that Eve maybe she did marry her father, but I think she also saw TC as like the antithesis to everything that like Julian was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was more about her wanting to be respectable and finding a man who had like very strong morals, right? So that she wouldn't slip back into her being a woman of loose morals, right?
Yeah, true. But then she ends up with someone with such anger issues. Like, she would almost be afraid to step out of line.
I know, it's weird because she's a doctor and she's so strong, but she also, there's this part of her. I don't, I don't know, man. But yes, her and TC have this interaction. She's so gentle with him. And I think you're right. Whitney, I called you Whitney.
First you can't remember her name, now you're calling everybody Whitney.
I think you're right, Maria. And now I don't even know what I was saying you were right about. I've lost it. It's gone. The thought is gone entirely.
About how she interacts with TC and being passive.
Yeah, that she. Oh yeah. I think you're right about her playing at this kind of like feminine,
the masculinity and
that she's playing at this femininity where she doesn't want to emasculate her husband, and so she thinks that she has to say things to him in a very gentle voice. She also does have to say things to him in a very gentle voice because she knows how volatile he is. But yeah, they have our next script. Y'all ready? Who wants to be Eve? I'm gonna be TC.
I'll be Eve.
Okay. You got it? You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Whitney is not like other girls. Tennis is her life. It's been her focus ever since she was old enough to hold a racket.
Honey, it's your focus. Yes, Whitney is talented, and yes, you have coached her so well, but now she's getting to an age where she needs to be dating and meeting young men at school and thinking about her future.
She is thinking about her future at Wimbledon, at US Open, at the French Open. That is her dream.
Is that Whitney's dream, or is that your dream?
Eve, we have been through this, okay? It was my father's dream, then it was mine, now it's Whitney's. She is just carrying on the family tradition.
I know, honey, but it is a tradition that you put in her head.
No. It's not like that, sweetheart.
Honey, you have been training a champion in Whitney from the moment that you saw that she had any talent. All those trophies in her room, those are because of you. I don't ever remember hearing Whitney say that that's what she wanted.
Whitney wants it as much as I do.
Now see, just listen to yourself as much as I do. If this was really about Whitney, shouldn't it be more than you do? Oh, honey, listen, all I'm trying to say is that you really, it's really time that you allow Whitney to make some decisions on her own. You can't push her to follow your dream, because if you do, she's going to resent it. And I don't want you to push her away.
No, Eve. No, sweetheart. You're wrong. Tennis is Whitney's life. It's in her heart. It's in her soul. And she will be a champion. She will.
What are you going to do?
I need to figure out how to get a better seating for Whitney.
But TC, honey, what about us? It takes such a long time for us to get this time together for a romantic evening.
Honey, I'm sorry, but for a change, tonight, I have to work. And scene.
Yeah. I love how into it you were. But you were so good.
I'm sorry, but when I said la la la, like, because he doesn't listen to her. He's not listening to her. He is not hearing her. He doesn't even respond to half the things she says, right?
Nope.
Right? At one point, she says, see, you hear yourself, you as much as I do, blah, 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 right? And she's gonna resent you, and I don't want you to push her away. And he says, tennis is Whitney's life, right? Like, that's not, you're not responding to the accusation being laid at your feet. You're not responding to what she's actually saying to you.
Nope.
Right?
He's horrible.
And like, honestly, if you can pull tennis out of it entirely and just say, is this what Whitney wants? Like, have you talked to Whitney about what she wants for her future? That's what Eve is trying to say here. That's what it really boils down to, is that and you know what? If I'm Eve at this point and I have this inclination that maybe this isn't what my daughter wants, then if TC's not willing to have the conversation with her, you have the conversation with her. And then you tell your husband, actually, I had a conversation with Whitney about it. I did. And I asked her flat out how she feels about it. And here are her honest opinions. And then y'all have a conversation with Whitney together about it. But
exactly. But he's not going to listen, even if that were to happen. He'll still just be like, no, this is your dream. And they are corrupting you and they changed your mind.
And well, in that case, TC, get out of my house. Leave my daughters alone. Like, he's bad for her kids at this point. Right?
No, because then Liz will win, and she doesn't want Liz to win either.
Would it be winning?
I mean, we will know that that's not winning. You'll be upgrading, okay?
Take him off her hands. Take him off of Eve's hands. So I did appreciate that Eve was trying to go to bat for Whitney and really being a good mother here, and saying, playing devil's advocate and saying, actually, you need to communicate with Whitney about this. Is this what she wants? Have you considered that maybe this isn't? And I also think that maybe she's laying groundwork because I think she also sees that it's not necessarily Whitney's heart isn't 100% in it.
She also knows that her and Chad are together.
Well, she's confused about that. Because here's what happened. She thought they were together. I thought they were together, right? She thought they were together. They
asked permission
from
after
TC.
Theresa's death.
Yep, they asked permission. They did all of that. Eve went to work. And when she came back from work, 5 days later, now all of a sudden Chad and Simone are in a relationship and everybody in her home is agreeing that is what is going on. And she's confused. She's like, no, when I went to work, it was Chad and Whitney. I came back a week later and now it's Chad and Simone. Whitney agrees that it's Chad and Simone, so it must be Chad and Simone.
Yeah. Which wouldn't you then want to just have a conversation with Chad? Like, Chad, what are you doing? And like, why are you bouncing between my kids? Like, that would make me want to talk to Chad.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I think what happened was that TC says, no, you misunderstood. And we leave it there.
It seemed pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, after that conversation between TC and Eve has a little run-in with Liz outside of Whitney's room. Like, they're outside of Whitney's room. And they're, like, having their own little, I'm going to steal your husband. And then they hear a commotion coming from Whitney's room because Simone has come home. She is absolutely fuming, okay? Absolutely fuming. And she goes to Whitney's room. Yeah, pure rage. She goes to Whitney's room. She's looking around at all the trophies and ribbons. And she says, you always had everything, didn't you, Whitney? Daddy spent all his time with you. Well, we all sacrificed just so you could have. And Mommy would say to me, I'm sorry, Simone. We'll just have to get you that dress next year. It was always next year for me. And it was always right now for you. Wasn't it, Whitney? And that's what happened with Chad, wasn't it, Whitney? You saw him. You went after him. Didn't matter that I was in love with him. No, you just had to have him right now, didn't you, Whitney? Didn't you, Whitney? I can't stand you. And then she just starts smashing shit.
She rage room that room. She went total rage room.
I didn't clip it because I had already pulled so many clips for this storyline, such long clips. Yeah. But
that would have been good though. You should still clip it and put it in. It was good.
It was so good when she started smashing stuff and
with a tennis racket too.
Yes, with a tennis racket. So, yeah, now we're gonna build a menagerie of like sports things to break shit with because we have our baseball bat, now we have our tennis racket.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I could see why she was not a good tennis player because her swing was horrible. Horrible.
TC never took any time with her.
I know.
TC never took any time with her.
She didn't seem to have
enough talent for him.
Like nothing was actually breaking. We were hearing like glass sounds when those trophies were being thrown, and I'm like, that's not how they break.
Listen, I choose to believe that she was smashing everything to bits and smithereens.
That racket didn't even break, and it's made out of wood. And she was going after something that was made out of metal. It was like,
it was bouncing off of it when they ran in.
I choose to believe that she was doing some real damage.
She was
saying she needed to commit. Like Liza committed with that bat and swung that shit. She needed to commit and rage room that room.
My girl. I feel bad. I feel very bad for Simone here.
Yes.
Particularly, we've heard her say that she somewhat her feelings about like her upbringing. We've heard her say, Whitney's the golden child. Whitney's always she's the winner. My parents pay more attention to Whitney. We've heard her say those kinds of things, but for her to give us kind of these very specific examples of like, we all had to sacrifice. I couldn't get the things that I wanted, but no matter what, Whitney was going to get what she wanted. Regardless of what was going on. Like, I couldn't get a new dress, but whatever Whitney wanted, she could have it right now. That hurts. I can't.
That hurts. Yeah.
That hurts. It hurts to see it. And it's interesting because like we can all see it when we watch the show. We've been made jokes about it for almost 1,000 episodes. Then nobody gives a shit about Simone in this house. And if we can see it as viewers, right? Like imagine how Simone feels living in it, right? And that's what she grew up in. And she's just always felt inadequate next to her sister. And partially because her parents made her feel that way.
Exactly. And mostly TC.
Yeah, I'm sure it was probably all TC because Eve just wasn't there.
It was mostly TC, but like you said, Eve wasn't there, and that doesn't help the situation. And also, she does say, well, mommy would say to me that I can't have this, but she had no trouble
She can have it,
yes to Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
So, you know, and that happens in families a lot too, where
It does.
one child shows, you know, an aptitude for something, and the parents decide to really devote resources to that child because that child has like, oh, she's an amazing dancer, an amazing tennis player, an amazing athlete, what have you. Like you have a natural talent. We're going to put resources towards this. But then the resources that they put towards their other kids, it becomes unequal, right?
Yeah.
And the kids see that. They feel it and they see it. And on the one hand, I totally understand. I think parents should put resources towards their kids to try to help them achieve goals. And especially when they really love something. Whitney doesn't even seem to love tennis that much.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like you sacrificed your other kid to make this one a star in something she doesn't even like. Like, I'm not saying she doesn't like it. She does love tennis. She keeps saying she loves it. I'll say that. That's what I'll say. Whitney keeps saying she loves tennis. I've seen no evidence to support that she loves tennis. That's what I'll say. So, I feel bad for Simone. I know. I feel very bad for Simone this week. And while I do agree, you know what? This might be 2 parts because, honey, I still got a lot to go. We got a long way to go, don't we?
A little bit.
Yeah, we still haven't really even talked about Antonio.
You know what?
Sheridan.
We're gonna break this into 2 because I'm gonna put the TC, Eve, Liz stuff together. Shui, Ivy, Grace, Magic. I think it'll be 2 parts. The second part will be much shorter. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's basically where we leave it this week. Everybody hears the commotion, comes rushing into the room, and TC restrains Simone because she's out of control. And when she sees Whitney, because Whitney and Chad come into the room, when she sees Whitney, she just screams at her, "You slut, you bitch, you whore!" Whoa.
Yep. And Liz was there too.
Child. It was great.
It was good. Yeah. It was good. It was good, and it's gonna be interesting seeing TC's reaction.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
It ain't gonna be pretty. And I hope that when Simone starts talking about I was always second and everything was given to Whitney and everything, she should turn to her daddy and be like, "And what's my real name?" I bet you can't tell me my real name. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't even know my real name.
Yeah.
Right?
What's my first, middle, and I know you know my last name. What's my first and middle name?
Yeah. If she even has a middle name, does she have?
When's my birthday?
Bear.
When's my birthday? Because you call me Sugar Bear. What's my real name? You don't even know.
You're not my real daddy. Oh. Can you imagine? Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna call it on this episode. I think we're gonna stop there for today for this half, and then we'll pick back up with maybe we'll pick up with the TC Eve Liz stuff. I think is a good place to start. So, Shane, where can the people find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Shane Lee Miller 11 or on Instagram at Shane Lee_Myler because I misspelled my name.
Okay. And Maria, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Discord. Join the Discord. It's so much fun.
Yes, come over, join us on the Patreon and come and chat with us on the Discord. Come join a watch party. We're always doing something. There's all kinds of things coming up.
We're going on a cruise, people.
We are
join so that you can go
cruise. I cannot.
Yes.
I'm so excited that we're gonna do the prom.
We cannot confirm or deny that there's going to be witches on board, that it might drown, there might be some magic. There's definitely gonna be prom dresses because we will make that theme.
Yes,
it has to be old 90s.
In my mind, there is when we do the cruise, there's like, we'll have like an itinerary of different like passions kind of events that we will do while we're on the cruise. And yeah, one night will be prom, right? Where we go and do like, we get dressed up in our prom dresses and our prom dresses and stuff. And we go to like the club or whatever. And we have prom, but we do our prom boat shit. Yeah, no, I hope that, I know you will, Maria, because I know you, but I hope that everybody else also kind of like gets into the spirit and gets dressed up. Don't be afraid to look like a fool. Don't nobody on that damn boat know you, and you pay for your ticket, honey. You better have a good ass time, you know, and enjoy yourself. Do not worry about what we look like, because trust me, I will not care what I look like. I'll be good anyway.
Nope. I'm just saying, it's going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, being that, obviously my favorite's Gwen, and Gwen didn't wear a prom dress, you don't know what Gwen might show up in.
Hilarious. Yeah, Gwen, I was watching those clips the other day, trying to pull a clip, and I saw the clip of Gwen like just booking it on that sailboat. I mean, on that rowboat out to the prom boat, and she's just talking herself the whole way. So help me God, if Theresa is getting on Ethan right now, if my mother is right, I'm gonna kill Theresa. Yeah,
who was Maureen McCormick at that time?
At
the time. So I might need to have a little face of Maureen, my mommy.
Your mommy. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna get like special T-shirts made for everybody too. So I'm not buying them. Y'all will have to pay.
No,
a little bit for them. I'm gonna try to get them as inexpensive as possible, but it'll be part of like your deposit or something like that. That you also get a T-shirt. Yeah, I have ideas. We're gonna have maybe a meeting about everything soon.
Okay.
With the people who've already signed up. And yeah. So anyway, keep looking out for that. If you are on the Patreon, the link is already there. I think I can pin that post, so I think I'll pin it, and that way it'll be easy to get to. But go fill out the Google form if you want to come with us on the cruise. Fill it out so that I can get a good head count. I can see what everybody's budgets are, and we can take it from there. So,
and if people have ideas, I would say, suggest them, because what would be fun?
What?
Scripts, acting out.
Ooh.
Scenes. Oh. That would be so much fun.
Scenes. Videos.
Yeah.
Oh.
Videos. Yeah. Oh, we could definitely do a watch party. A live watch party.
We'd have to find a way
we have to talk. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But these are like ideas. So if people have ideas and been on cruises and knows what we could do, hell, if anyone have contacts and can get maybe people from Passions on the boat with us.
Girl. Now that's child, that would be crazy.
Look, I'm throwing it into the universe.
Put it out there. See what comes
Just
back.
Putting it out there.
See what comes back.
So, okay.
All right, y'all. So that's it for today. You are my passion for life.